You teach me all my life that the white man is the devil.
What the hell you saying? Come on,
You teach me my whole life that the white man is the devil. Now you tell me it's all right for him to come among us.
I'm telling you, man, this the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Shout out to all my Indigeniggas. Can I get a mic check from the Indigeniggas out there?
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
So we are supposed to be Indians now. The other day I got sucked into one of these weird mythological black identity arguments. Actually, I covered this a couple of weeks ago. I think I was on Witch Doctor's channel, and this guy came up. I forget his name now, but he came up claiming some type of indigenous American identity, and we had a whole thing about it. And I noticed these Indigeniggas, they get very, very emotional when you question their Indigeniga history. When you question the history of the Indigeniggas, they get very frustrated. They take it as like a personal offense that you don't believe that this nigga from Detroit is in fact an Indigeniga. I'm sorry, you don't look like indigenous people. You look like a North Carolina nigga. You look like a country nigga. But somehow, black folk have gotten it in our heads that we are all, in fact, indigenous. Well, maybe not all. Maybe not all. Some of you niggas is Africans. That means you got here by slavery. But the Indigeniggas, they didn't get here by slavery. They were always here. Like I was on the panel with I was over on Drip Nation, and Izzy came up, and somehow we got caught up in this whole Indigeniga history argument. And Izzy tried to tell me that he's an Indigeniga, the nigga indigenous to America. That's what he tried to tell me. He tried to tell me he an Indigeniga. And I don't believe in Indigeniggas, bro. It just doesn't make logical sense. There's no clear, linear chain of logic that can get from A to Indigeniga. I don't know how you start out from anywhere and become an Indigeniga. Because, all right, I'm asking Izzy really, really basic logical questions. Like, do we have any genetic connection to any of the so-called Native American or even South American tribes? He said no. But the most common blood type in Black America is type O. And also the most common blood type for Native Americans and South Americans is also type O. It's O, fact O, We must be Indigeniggas. We gotta be we gotta be they blood brothers or something. We have to be blood brothers. I asked Izzy, well, did we sprout from the Mississippi Delta? Were we here the whole time? And yes, they believe the Indigeniggas, they believe that Indigeniggas have always been here. I wonder if Indigeniggas are the Originiggas. Do you think Indigeniggas are the Originiggas? Because if life started in Africa, as they tell us, right, as the Darwinian theory tells us, right, if human life started in Africa, how did the Indigeniggas wind up in America? Oh, come on now, Mr. Lopez. Come on, Ryan Lopez. Ryan wants me to believe the Indigeniggas traveled across the land bridge. Wouldn't that mean they are not Indigeniggas? If there is a such thing as a land bridge, and you had to cross a bridge to go from one land to another land, how do you then become indigenous to the land that you had to travel to by bridge? How do you become an Indigeniga after you cross the bridge? Come on now. Because, at least the Native Americans, if you get into like Native American mythology and whatnot, the Native Americans, they got balls enough to say that we crawled out of the Grand Canyon. All right. At least the Native Americans say we crawled out of the Grand Canyon. They have a whole story to explain their their indigeny to America, right? The Native Americans, and it's a nice story. I'm not saying I believe it. It is also a mythology, but it is a mythology that has a beginning. The Indigenous have no beginning. They just claim to be indigeny, and I don't understand how you could claim to be indigenous. So how? Because here's another question I asked the Indigeniggas, right? You know how if you go to like Korea, the Koreans basically look Korean. Like, believe it or not, if you put a group of Koreans next to a group of Chinese, you could start to notice ethnic differences between the two groups, right? Because the Chinese look Chinese. The Japanese, they look Japanese. Even within Africa, different African ethnic groups can tell one another apart by their own ethnic traits. Like North Africa doesn't look like dark Bantu Africa. Somalis don't look like pygmies, right? Because in their own little pockets, in their own regions, because Africa is gigantic, in their own regions, those are the people who are from there, and you look like those people from there. Now, if you notice in the Americas, it's roughly one phenotype with various, it's one broad phenotype with variations. You got the northern Native American phenotype. Well, maybe two. Let's give it two distinct phenotypes. You got the traditional, Comanche North American Native American phenotype, and then once you get like into Mexico and below, you get that more Aslan phenotype. You get that mountain jungle Brazil phenotype, right? Think Apocalypto. Now, how come the black phenotype that the Indigeniggas claim that the Indigeniggas obviously have, right? The Indigeniggas have an obvious and distinct Detroit phenotype. Why is it that none of the other South Americans, none of the Latin Americans at all, none of the Indians, like the actual Indians who've been on this land for 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever thousand years, why don't any of them look like a Detroit nigga? What? Where does the 4C coil hairstyle come from? The hair type, the 4C tight coil, thick follicle hair type comes from on this land, right? How come black Detroit niggas with the Detroit phenotype are the only people on this continent that appear to have the Detroit phenotype? I'm just saying, why don't you share? Why isn't there like major shared characteristics across the board with people who technically wouldn't be all that far from you? It's not like with the Somalians and the Pygmies. Like there's like 10,000 miles between the Somalians and the Pygmies, but Native Americans were kind of overlapping each other and fighting wars and stealing brides. Native Americans kind of knew each other roughly. So if you were here the whole time with the natives as an indigenous native nigga, why don't you really share any similar phenotype? Why do you look more like an African? Why is the Detroit phenotype such a unique phenotype in the Americas if you're so indigenous, right? And here's the irony of it all, and this is the problem with this Negro mythology and the quest for a better identity or a better origin, really, because I know what you niggas is doing. You niggas don't want to be slaves no more. There were times in the conversation with Izzy where he made statements to the effect of, why would you want to believe? Wouldn't you rather believe? And when it comes to whether it's the Indigeniggas, the Moorish niggas, the Semitic niggas, what it always boils down to is niggas would have rather have any identity, any origin story but American slavery. And I get it, right? Like, what's pride? Well, what's prideful in being a slave, right? I get it. I understand it. But it just is what it is. My mom is my mom and my dad is my dad. It just is what it is. And I know, like, a lot of Black Americans, they don't want to admit or just accept that simple truth. But that is kind of the truth. And here's the irony of claiming to be an Indigenigga, right? If you were to Google right now the so-called Black tribes, it's like the Cherokee, the Choctaw, the Cree, the Seminole, and I'm missing, I think it's one other, but Those are also called the five civilized tribes for whatever reason. The thing that those tribes all share in common, and one of the things I think that those tribes get labeled as the quote black tribes, one of the reasons why, and notice all those quote black tribes are relatively eastern tribes, right? I don't think any of those so-called black tribes own any territory west of the Mississippi, right? Like they might have got pushed to the Mississippi later, but originally I think they are eastern tribes. Like the Seminoles are a southern Florida tribe, right? It's odd how all of the black tribes are on the eastern part of the hemisphere, the part that's physically closest to Africa. It's really weird when I think about that. And what I think happened, and what is ironic, the supreme irony of it all, those five civilized tribes, one of the pillars of civilization is taking slaves, apparently. Because those five tribes, the five black tribes, the five civilized tribes, as they tell you on Google, those tribes were major slaveholding tribes, right? Because Native Americans would take slaves anyway as just part of culture. But then once the Europeans came, and the Europeans, because Europeans like to write shit down, Native Americans didn't do a lot of writing. And so once the Europeans came, and they were able to write it down so we can remember it for later, that, the Native Americans weren't opposed to buying some of these Negroes that we brought over here with us. And if the first Negroes officially touched down in America in 1619, as the woke people tell you, that means even if you stop at the Civil War, which is like 1870, whatever, you still got a couple of 100 years of mixing and matching. Just putting putting peg B in the slot A, just constant mixing, matching. Because you know how it is with females, right? Male slaves are for the field, female slaves are for the house, right? That's how that goes. So we have this weird problem of two or three competing narratives for the Black American identity. We were indigenous to the land. We were stolen from Mama Africa, and we were also the real original Hebrews. That Hebrew thing is amazing, though. Like, if you really look into the Black Hebrew thing, there, like, cause in Newark, I think, because Newark is actually like low key ground zero for like a lot of the pro Black history in America. And I think some of the OG Black synagogues were like in Newark or New York. My bad, I keep getting phone calls. But the thing is, we do have this weird identity problem where we keep creating a mythology for the sole purpose of having something to feel good about. But here's the problem of claiming I was an indiginator, right? Let's go with regular Black slavery, right? That means Black people fought Black people and got captured by Black people and then got sold to the Arabs or to the white man, and that's how you wound up in America, right? That's step one, or story one. Or you were already here in America with your own shit and you got conquered by the white man. Because the Africans didn't get conquered, they got colonized. You Indigeniggas got conquered. Lost almost every battle that mattered. It's a nice piece of land if you can keep it. It's only yours as long as you can keep it. And so even within the Indigenigga origin story, your story starts with you getting beat up by the white man and he took your shit. That is the peak irony of the Indigenigga. Your very identity rests upon the white man taking your country. And not only did he take your entire country from you, he made you fucking forget that you was an Indigenigga in the first place. How did the white man make you forget that you were even an Indigenigga? How? How, Sway? How could the white man make you forget that you were Indigeniggas, bro? Nigga tricknologied you all into thinking y'all was African, and one day you started reading the white man's books and was like, wait a minute, Mr. White Man. I think I was an Indigenigga. How did the white man make you forget that you was an Indigenigga? What did the white man do to you to make you forget your Indigenigga culture? Because think about it. If you are an Indigenigga, what is your Indigenigga culture? What is your Indigenigga like your family recipes? Like name an Indigenigga family recipe. Tell me a meal that Indigeniggas have been serving one another since before the white man showed up. All right. How about this? All right, maybe food is too complicated, because niggas love soul food. Niggas will put on an Indian outfit and do for 4 hours and then go fry some chicken and eat some collard greens and some barbecue ribs. I know niggas not giving up soul food. Niggas not giving up chitlins. How about this? What is your Indigenigga language? What is your Indigenigga language? What is your native Indigenigga tongue? Can you speak to me in Indigenigga? Can you tell me what time it is using Indigenigga language? How do I say midnight in Indigenigga? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make it easy for you niggas. I'm gonna make it easy for you niggas because I know how you niggas are. I know how niggas is, and I know you have to have a word for this, right? How do I say she got a fat ass in Indigenigga? I mean, since you got a whole Indigenigga history, you gotta have an there has to be an Indigenigga language. Tell me some Indigenigga words. How do I say, yo, shorty, what's good in Indigenigga? How do I say you got my money or nah in Indigenigga? Like, how do I like key popular black phrases, right? Things that black people say to each other all the time. What are some common Indigenigga phrases, right? All right. Maybe the white man took your food and he took your language, right? Maybe the white man took your food and your language. Let's try something else. I'm thinking, y'all. I got it. I got it. What are some indigenous stories? Like, name some famous indigenous in history, or in your indigenous history, right? Because we're not trusting the white man history, right? Name some famous indigenous in your indigenous history. Because, Black America, we got John Henry. He was a steel driving man. What was my dude? We got Bass Reeves. He was basically Django. Bass Reeves was basically the real Django. You know what I mean? There was this one black dude during the Civil War. Nigga stole a Confederate boat, started running people up and down the coastline. I forget his name, but we have American blacks that we can look back and be like, you know what, that nigga did something, right? Who are some famous brave indigenous? Name one. Blackfoot. Shut up, Lasers. Lasers, are you an indigenous? Are you a descendant of the great warrior Blackfoot? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Lasers, bro? I need to know, like, what are some famous indigenous bedtime stories? Like, because if you an indigenous, if you've been here before the white man, hell, some of these indigenous tell you that they got here before the natives. You know what they call the Native Americans? They call them Siberians. That's how 10 toes down some of these indigenous are with it, right? So if you've been here for like 10,000 years before the Siberians, because you the real indigenous, they crossed the bridge to get here. You got here. You didn't get here, you got here. You was just here. And so if you was here all this time, tell me a tale of your people. No, really. If you were here all this time, tell me a tale of your people. I want to hear about the indigenous version of Hercules, the indigenous version of Perseus, right? The indigenous version of Samurai Jack. Something. Give me something. Give me your history. I need your indigenous culture. Because you can't tell me that you just been here for like 10,000 years and you ain't got nothing to show for it. You got nothing. You was in America for 10,000 years on African time, bro. That's what you trying to tell me? You spent 10,000 years over here. You ain't do shit. You was on African time. Nigga was just waiting for time to happen, and then the white man showed up, and it was like, oh, I guess we can do some shit now. Like, if you were here all this time, tell me about parts of your indigenous culture. I want to hear it. I'm listening. I'm a listener. We listen and we don't judge, right? Because it's such a weird thing to me. Like, it's more than likely that the handful of black people that have any real genetic connection to any of the tribes of America, it's totally by happenstance. You were either a slave once upon a time, or you was just one of the first niggas to have swag off the plantation. You don't think niggas had swag way back then? I can believe it. Nigga run off the plantation, bump into a little red bitch with long hair. Hey, Red, look, you know the other thing? And this is why I'm kind of joking about the Native American culture part. Because, a lot of these little rhetorical, cheap, crooked pastor tricks that dudes like is try to use when we have this conversation, those things work on the uninitiated. But I am an initiate. I have bathed myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. I have been purified by the light. I know what these niggas don't want to know. Red Illusion says, interestingly, many Mesoamerican cultures have ancient myths about white-skinned people giving them technology. Quetzalcoatl was a bearded white man. Just about every god of any major South American culture is a bearded white man. Even in the movie Apocalypto, the entire point of the movie Apocalypto, it had nothing to do with the chase and the Aztecs and all that. That was all backdrop. Because you really look at the entirety of the movie Apocalypto, it all came together in one perfect moment. Their entire world stopped when those white guys on boats showed up. When those bearded white men on a boat showed up with an iron gun and an iron cross, their entire world stopped. Everything was over. None of that shit that they were doing before mattered ever again. That was the point of that movie Apocalypto, right? And so when you actually hear the tales of these Native Americans, their origin stories, I'm just saying, bearded white man, trying to tell you. That's what the natives tell. That's not what we tell. And look, this is where it gets even deeper. The natives have flood stories. The natives have a time before the world was flooded. The natives tell stories that are eerily parallel to some of the Mesopotamian old world stories. These Indigeniggas don't want to get into all of this because somehow, some way, Indigeniggas don't fit into none of these traditional occult themes. But if you ask Indigeniggas, an Indigenigga tell you, we was everybody. We was everybody. Hey, Ray, that's the interesting thing about the Indigeniggas. It is literally a complete refutation of the out of Africa theory. It's like you niggas don't want to be Africans, which is weird because for most of Black American history, like we've been playing at this Pan African thing. Like Pan Africanism was like created in Detroit or Newark or some shit like that. All of a sudden, niggas don't want to be Africans no more. And as much as people come up with these words like cultural appropriation, aren't you culturally appropriating a culture that you actually don't even adopt? Like, think about it, right? How often do you see these Indigeniggas actually wearing any indigenous clothing, actually using any indigenous cultural items? Like, only within my lifetime has this concept of the Indigeniga really taken off. And it's like you create a culture without the culture, bro. Like, if you're allegedly indigenous to this country, you should be able to tell me things other than I was here. All right, you were here. What were you doing? Do you think the Indigenous built the American pyramids? Do you suppose the Indigenous built like the Aztec pyramids? I have another theory. I have another theory. I have another theory. What if the slave trade, like, what if the buying and selling of black Bantu Africans is literally 10,000 years old? And not only is the slave trade 10,000 years old, but what if sailing across the ocean is also 10,000 years old, right? Isn't it more than likely, or at least possible, that people of the African diaspora could wind up anywhere the slave trade would wind up? So theoretically, let's say it's Conan days, right? It's 10,000 BC, and you got a boat that can sail across the ocean like the Vikings. Like the Vikings didn't have a gigantic. The Vikings didn't have the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria, right? They had basically a rowboat with one good sail on it. It's like a big bed sheet, and they were able to sail across the North Atlantic and a lot of places, right? They sailed up and down. I think they hit Africa, maybe. They definitely hit like southern Spain into the Mediterranean. They could get around. What if people got around across the Atlantic? And what if they grabbed some Africans and they took them along for the journey? I think it's more than possible that you know how they have that one story of the black samurai, and it's a real actual black samurai dude. He wasn't a samurai proper. He was really more like he was the dude that carries the weapons for the actual samurai. There's a term for that. I forget what it's called. But Yasuke, I think is his name. They made a whole video game about the nigga. You know how he wound up in Japan as a slave of the Portuguese? Because the Portuguese were not only were they slaving off the African coast, but they were traveling the world trying to figure out what's good, and they took the Africans with them. A katana caddy, more or less. There's a proper term for it. The way you describe it, Red, you make him sound like a bitch. But in Japan, he was basically like a government official. Like he had a job. He got paid directly by the shogun. Like nobody could fuck with him. So like he was the man in his own little way. You know what I mean? He was somebody. It was basically the very first DEI hire though. No bullshit. No bullshit. Like we gotta keep it a buck. We gotta keep it 1,000. We have to keep it 1,000,000. Yasuke was the very first DEI hire. All right. And I love the story. I love the story and all, because a nigga wound up in feudal Japan out the blue. Like, you got to respect the journey. Like, that's great. That is great. But technically, he was the very first DEI hire. I mean, because you know damn well that nigga was not no samurai. He had never seen a katana until that day. And next thing you know, I'm the Shogun's right hand. The Shogun said he needs me. That was my nigga, but he was the first affirmative action hire, bro. They was like, nah, that he's the one black in all of Japan. Nah, get that nigga a job, bro. He's the one black in all of Japan. We gotta get that nigga a job, bro. He was the first affirmative action case, bro. My nigga was doing big things early in the game. How come you Indigeniggas don't have any mythology like that? Where is your Indigeniga Yasuke, bro? Where are all these famous Indigeniggas that Indigeniggas are proud of? Where are all the other historical Indigeniggas that you current modern day Indigeniggas want to be like? Like, who are you copying your Indigeniga history off of, man? Like, if I asked you to do a book report on your Indigeniga role model, who would it be? Who would it be? Because you understand this claim is so retarded. Yeah, yes, Doug. Yes, Doug. Black people are claiming to be indigenous, right? Niggas are indigenous. Niggas indigenous. Indigenous niggas. Indigenous niggas. Indigeniggas. You understand how we did that? These are what we are calling Indigeniggas. And apparently, not only did the white man conquer their entire land, but the white man also made them forget that they were even Indigeniggas in the first place. You understand how big of an L that is? At least the black slaves can understand, like, all right, we used to come from Africa, but you know, hey, shit happens. It is what it is, you know? Indigeniggas don't even remember that they were Indigeniggas. So do you like get flashbacks of like running through the hills and the Catskill Mountains before the white man showed up? Do you have like ancestral visions of the Mississippi Valley before the white man showed up? When you go to sleep at night, do you dream of your tribal village that your great 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 grandfather used to be in? I think it's time we go weapons free on the indigenous niggas, bro. We've been letting niggas get a pass, man. We've been letting niggas get a pass with all of their theoretical Negro history. And we gotta just start treating niggas like they're retarded. Just start giggling at them when they say dumb shit. Uncut Underground, you're arguing my story now. If blacks and Native Americans are blending throughout American history, why are we called Native blacks? Why are they called Native Americans and we're just called blacks? Uncut. Why are they called Native and we're black? How come black isn't Native? How come black has to mix with the Native? You know what you call natives mixing? Nothing. There's no words for that. They changed what they called us like 10 times, bro. Come on. Master Zen says they made us forget. They made us forget. The white man made you forget. You was indigenous for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Just indigeny people doing your indigeny things. And then one day the white man showed up and you forgot how to be Indigeniggas, bro. Master Zen, are you telling me that after thousands and thousands of years of just thugging it, just a straight up Indigeniga thug life, the white man came and made you forget that you was thug life Indigeniga for thousands of years, bro? Is that the story, bro? The white man just showed up with his Jesus and his white woman, and you niggas forgot yourselves, huh? Hard work, Jesus, and white women, and you niggas forgot that you was Indigeniggas, huh? That's all it took, huh? That's all it took, and you forgot your whole history? You forgot your whole self. Hard work, white women, and Jesus, and you forgot you were an Indigenigga. That's all it took, really? You Indigeniggas should be ashamed of yourselves, bro. I don't know why you be on the internet fighting so hard with other people. You need to be getting your shit together. Uncut Underground says some people only have a public school interpretation of American history. I am a graduate of public school. I am. I am a product of the American public school system. Proud. You know, Red, you made me remember something too. The goddamn blanket thing. This nigga Izzy tried to flex on me about the blankets. The white man apparently wiped out a bunch of the indigenous niggas with dirty blankets, y'all. Did you hear the blanket story, y'all? Did you hear about the white man's dastardly blanket deal? You indigenous niggas took blankets from the white man, and next thing you know, you all coughed and you died. Maybe that's how you forgot that you were indigenous niggas, right? The white man, he wiped you out with his blanket trick, and then you just coughed and died, and you forgot. You know, the survivors they forgot that they were ever indigenous niggas. It was an event so tragic that they had to block it out. They had to block their entire identity out. It was psychosomatically so traumatic. They had to completely destroy their previous indigenous identity. And then when the white man showed up, they were like, oh, we must be slaves now. It all makes sense now. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Like, that's really what happened? The indigenous niggas just totally forgot. Master Zen, he tells me they didn't let us read. We worked the crops already here. I mean, think critically. He wants me to think critically, y'all. Master Zen is asking for me to think critically. Stop believing what they taught you. I'm not necessarily stating any definitive beliefs here, but where are you getting your beliefs from, if not from what they taught you? I mean, unless you're making all this up right now, everything you're telling me is literally something they taught you. Why should I believe one they over the other they? What makes your they more credible than this they? You see how the indigenous niggas try to use technology? They told me technology was was a white man concept. They told me technology was a white man concept, but I'm beginning to think technology is it's indigenous nigga culture. Master Zen, I got time. I'm on an incredibly long 72-hour workday break. I got time right now, nigga. I got time. Oh, uncut, uncut. You know, you poor indigenous niggas, you have a problem with the American linguistic system. If this was never a white country, what country was it before that? If it wasn't a white country, what country was it before that? Name the country before America, the white.
Does it matter whose it
Name the
was?
country.
Does
Well,
it really?
no, no. Well, because conceptually, you have to now tell me what country the Native Americans had.
Oh,
What was
well,
the name of it?
technically,
What were the borders of it? What was the history of it? Who was the
well,
king of it? Like, don't,
as best as we can tell, depending on what time frame, right? So, like, basically, Mexico all the way went up to like halfway up California, right? So Texas is technically Mexico, which is why we like firing shots at Mexicans and Texicans, right? But then you got like, well, say like Louisiana and that area, right? That was all French.
let's slow it down. Mexico is Mexico. Let's start on the East Coast because that's where the indigenous niggas come
So that's
from,
the
right?
only place.
Allegedly, I mean, because unless they came off a boat, they had to sprout out of the Mississippi Delta. Because they don't claim to come from like the Grand Canyon. That's where Native Americans come from. The natives, like they say, they came from the Grand Canyon or some shit. Now, the indigenous niggas, they don't say where exactly they came from. So I'm just giving them the
Oh,
Mississippi Delta because country niggas. But
okay.
Josh, what country east of the Mississippi was here before the white people showed up?
East of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody particularly wanted it.
Well, there were people here, but all right.
Sure.
Define country then. Let's use that word because if the phrase on screen is this was never a white country. What does country mean definitionally?
Sovereignty, basically, anybody that pretty much, to oversimplify it, anybody that plants a flag and is willing to fucking fight for it.
And was this a unified sovereign land before the white people showed
Oh
up?
God, no! Fuck no!
This is
This is-
and that's really what kills the whole question. Like just definitionally, you're struggling with the English. You're struggling with the English language, my good friend. Borders are more or less a white construct, at least in terms of America. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe the Africans believe in borders. I don't know. They don't believe in time, so they don't really.
I do
Maybe
have
not either.
I think there might be somebody said it in here in chat. There actually is a test to determine whether black people are Native Americans. All they have to do is basically do that rain twerking thing, right? And that basically that proves it.
You know what? That's a great point. How come it never rains when you bitches twerk? Since you hoes are so indigenous, since you're native to the goddamn Mother Earth America land, how come it never rains when you bitches twerk? I just killed your whole theory right there. Right there. There is no such thing as an indigenous nigga because if it would rain when you bitches twerk if you were all indigenous niggas. The natives make it rain. The Cherokee make it rain. The Iroquois make it rain. The Choctaw make it rain. The Pawnee make it rain. The fucking Creek make it rain. How come none of you bitches make it rain? I'm sorry, I just got upset. It's dry over here. I need a bitch to twerk. I need a bitch to twerk some thunder on my life real quick.
This identity crisis shit really got to end. Where the hell did this come from, right? Is it?
Oh, shut up, Josh. You probably fucking find this hilarious. I swear
I
to God.
do find this hilarious because what I've noticed, right? It's the same argument from the LGBT. Oh, I'm a woman. It's the same thing.
They're trans niggas. No, trans Indians. Niggas are you are a part of the LGBT community. The trans nigga. How you a trans Indian? Trans Indian. I don't even know what to call you niggas. This is a whole new type of trans.
Well, looks like the alphabet community just got another letter.
Shout out to Miss Cantrell. Don't judge me. I'm getting some shit off my chest. I appreciate the support. Shout out to Miss Cantrell with the $1.99 for the peaches. Peaches. Yo, this is total sidebar. I took my kids to that Mario Kart movie, and I fucking love Koopa. That whole Peaches song, that whole thing just cracked me the hell up. Yo. Shout out to Peaches, man. Shout out to Peaches. How come you Indigeniggas don't have no culture? How come the white man had to come over here and show you what to do with Peaches? That's all I'm saying. Like, what are Indigeniga cultural elements? What is the culture of Indigeniggas, man? I'm trying to figure this one out. You know, when I ask the Indigeniggas questions, they give me a series of questions and then be like, aha. And I just be like frustrated, bro.
I'm a little confused because the Indians did have slaves. I mean, they enslaved each other generally at some point in time, right? But they also took our slaves, if we're going to be clear, right? Like, that's like the same as stealing my tractor or stealing my horse. Same damn thing, right?
Stop. I don't like your laughter right now. That was a little too sinister of a giggle.
Because it is what it is.
What do you
right?
mean by stealing my tractor or my horse?
Okay,
what is that supposed to mean?
So let's draw because Thanksgiving's coming up, right? So like the Watt Puritans, right, running around with their Kuma Kinte slave, right? Well, when we decided to set up shop, build a house on their land, they got a little pissy. Every once in a while, we got jacked. It's like not like a. So basically, stealing your slave was like the equivalent of like that time period of carjacking. Okay, so they had their own slaves. Are they laying claim that because they were enslaved to them that they're now Indians?
Not to be totally honest. As far as I understand it, the Indigeniggas acknowledge the slave trade as a completely parallel institution. They are claiming eternal indigeneity. This is what I mean. They sprouted out of the Mississippi Delta.
Don't know what that is. Well, I mean,
I don't either. That's why I have to come up with words for it.
To be fair, right? If you've ever been to the Mississippi, that really is some muddy water. So I mean, maybe they crawled out of there. I don't know.
I mean, I'm willing to believe in mythical things. You gotta have faith in something. But I'm just curious, like what is the original? Like, how does one? Because how can you be indigenous to America? That's really the grudge, the crux of the grudge I'm holding with it. Like, it doesn't make sense because you know why? Even the Native Americans aren't technically indigenous to the Americas. That's what the whole land bridge thing was about. Like, at some point, people just kept pushing west until there was nowhere else to go but that little piece of land, and they crossed over the bridge and they wound up in America, hunting megafauna and whatnot. And the natives, I mean, in their mythology, they claim to walk out of the Grand Canyon, but genetically, we can kind of track them toward the Siberian Strait. Indigeniggas, you got 42 hours to respond. Like, how do you compare to that?
Oh, so they came over from the Russian land bridge?
Well, no, this is what the Indigeniggas believe. They
Okay.
believe they were always here, as in they sprouted out of the Mississippi Delta, and the Native Americans did, in fact, cross the Siberian. Therefore, if you listen to them long enough, you will hear them refer to the Native Americans as Siberians at times, as a type of pejorative.
Damn. I
Yeah,
mean, I
the
guess.
Indigeniggas are amazing, bro.
I I'm going to hell. I think this beats Sharpcooter now that I'm thinking about it.
Nope, don't bring that back up. Stay focused, man. Stay on the ball, Josh. I'm not gonna
I
let you
can't
do
help
that.
it. I can't
It's
help
one.
it. It always goes
It
weird
is
around here.
one catastrophe per show, Josh. That's how we do this, bro. That's how we do this.
Oh, I can't run around with my gasoline, just set shit on fire now. Damn. This
Stay
is
with me.
this is the. Is this not the same outrageous claim
As what?
as the other I mentioned that shall not be mentioned again?
As the rainbow community, it is a weird type of transition. It is a transition of a type. I think that is weirdly
You
accurate. I don't. It makes
you
me
just had to put that
uncomfortable.
pause in there, didn't you? Like that
I'm
transition.
I'm listen, as we talk, I'm mentally mapping this whole arena out, the Indigeniggas. I'm freestyling, I'm flying this concept out. I'm literally building the plane. I'm flying the plane as we build it. That's how
So
you say that.
so you're the asshole going to help them market it. Damn, what a jerk.
Well, I'm not helping. God knows this is not help. This is anti-help. But I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
know.
figure it out. Like the same way we have to put a critical eye on what's going on with the tea community and all that, and then we discover guys like the money guy who was doing weird experiments and all that. We have to put a critical like psychological eye on the Indigeniggas. All right, if you claim to be an Indigeniga, I need you to fill it out for me now. What are the elements? What are the five pillars of Indigeniga culture? Because even hip hop got five pillars. Can you at least give me three?
Feathers, rain twerking. Uh, Damn, can one of them come up on stage so I can hear that? You know that. Can I hear that? Yeah, I really can't tell the difference between that and
Calling all Indigeniggas. Calling all Indigeniggas. Do I got to put up a smoke screen, or is that not Indigeniga culture? Do I have to bang on a drum? Like, how do I contact the spirits of the Indigene?
now that I think about that, smoke screen actually fits, right? Damn.
Free chicken wings. Free chicken wings. If you can hear my voice, follow the sound of my voice to free chicken wings. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to contact the Indigeniggas. I got to stand on the top of a mountain and yell free chicken wings.
You realize if they come up here, right, you're going to have to throw me off. You're going to have to get rid of me. I won't be able to stop laughing long enough. I just
Well, you
can't.
can always mute. I'll mute you if I have to. You don't have to run.
I don't know. I've never. I don't think of all of the black panels. I've heard people talk about it. I've never heard of anybody decline. Nope, that's not right. There are two within Risky's crowd that lay claim to it. Shit. What was her name? Miss Tiff. She claims to be Native Indian.
Illa Sophical. I think it was him I bumped into. He was on one of the panels too. I had this whole back and forth with the dude named Philosophical about it, and they get all emotional. They get very emotional.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna have to ask Illa if he'll pop in and kind of explain it to us. Yeah, Tiff from Hamps. She claimed once or twice actually to be Native American.
Okay, what's your region? I mean, let's get down to it. What's your region? What set you bang?
And now I feel bad, right? Because I had the opportunity to question, and I just blew past it and went to okay, whatever, right? And then just skipped over it. I probably shouldn't have. Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have. This your fault, Hood, right? Because you ain't trained me right.
Don't blame me for you touching levels of whiteness you were afraid to touch before. You were being polite white guy. That's your fault. Sure, this is your weakness, bro. Trying to get to the bottom of this Indigenigga thing. Like, all right, so I'm asking about the culture of Indigeniggas, and speaking of rain twerking, because rain twerking would be a sort of religious custom. What is the god of the Indigenigga? Like, what god do you worship, Indigenigga?
Oh, Wiccan. That would be them.
Wiccan is for white lesbians. I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, no. So like they're Wiccan is like the worshiping of the elements. It's like I don't know. I don't want to say same, but it's parallel to them. It could be the case that we adopted that bullshit, right? I have no idea.
You stole that? You stole that from the Indigeniggas?
Yeah, we most likely did, right?
You stole Wiccans. They stole Wiccan from the Indigeniggas, and it was so trash they gave it to the white lesbians. You see this shit? You see this bullshit?
Yeah, this one I think was pretty much our fault. I'm almost sure of it, right? Because it only popped up in the like what we call Wiccan only popped up, I think the late early 1800s, and it was because some dude really wanted to just bang other bitches. Really, what it boiled down to.
That's right? What most New Age cults boil down to, honestly. Some horny dude with game.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we now have so us white people, we kind of have our own magic now. We call it a credit report. Hey, baby, want to see how big my credit report is? Yeah.
I want to get too far off the point. This is serious business, Josh. Trying to figure out what gods, what is the religious scheme of the Indigenigga? Because every culture, every people, they have a worship scheme of some type. They pray. What do Indigeniggas pray to? Are the gods of the Indigeniggas still with us today? He said, "Nature boy."
Highlight red illusion. This is the second one, right? That he claimed the religion, right there.
Nickin?
Yep.
I feel like you're flying close to the sun, Josh.
Not me. I'm pointing out to that. I ain't say the word, right? But damn it, he ain't wrong, because it is like, I mean, that's what the Indians was. I don't know what they call it, right? But it's basically what we would call Wiccan, worshiping of the elements. Yeah, you got spirits and stuff in there.
Honestly, if I had to go for an educated guess, it would be some type of fertility goddess worship, though. I think his first answer was right. Because, they're still black, right? So just because they're black from America doesn't mean they're not black. So there's going to be a fertility goddess in there somewhere.
Well, that actually might fit then, right? Because that would have been like the Aztecs, the Mayans.
Yes, it's a black woman with the bearded white man, and his black woman is God.
Well, yeah, like one of them, and I forget which one of them. They actually had a mother womb.
It's Quetzalcoatl and Keisha, bro. It's Quetzalcoatl and Keisha. That's their religious system. Quetzalcoatl and Keisha, bearded white man and black woman is God. Tell me that doesn't make ontological sense, bro. That's ontologically pure. I'm going with that.
I can't think of an argument against it, and I'm trying here. I'm really trying. Maybe.
Your entire religious scheme revolves around the bearded white man and the black woman is God. Let us all bow our heads and pray.
A lot of people seem to not understand me.
Science proves that the black woman is God. We're not just saying that.
And the black and Latino woman, they manifested themselves out of dark matter energy. All right.
I believe the black woman is God.
Black woman, God. I don't believe God, no man. I believe God, a black woman.
The black woman is God.
But my number one subject matter is the black woman is God. That's first and foremost.
Black woman is God.
The black woman is still God.
You're God, black woman.
The black woman is God. She is the creator. She is the sustainer. She is the provider. She is the first teacher of the children. She is everything to the black race.
But don't get it wrong. I am still a white man's whore.
Damn.
That's the first time you ever saw that, Josh?
That is, I'm a little pissed. I'm kind of wishing my old lady would say that bullshit, right? But I just can't get her to talk right.
Your old
I'm
lady's not a
truly
black woman,
disappointed
is
now
she?
in my own failures.
There's a sugar bum in the chat. She's into white guys. I'm sure you could like put a noose or
Sugar bum
something
hates
around
you
her
guys.
neck. She hates you, but you're still white. Well, you know what? You're actually not that white, honestly. She likes racist white guys. You need to. You're at like a 4. She needs you at like an 8, 8.5.
Yeah, you got to step up my game. I interbreed too much, right? It's just not her thing.
I don't think it's the interbreeding. It's something else. Something else, Josh. Something else. It might be the shark thing, honestly.
Well, see, now the shark thing, I hate to tell you this, right? But that's why she doesn't have a chance. It's because of the shark thing.
Fuck. Anyway. trying to figure out the elements of Indigenigga culture, y'all. I have my haphazard guest, Josh, trying to sort his way through it too. Why do black people think they are indigenous to America? And if you are indigenous to America, that would have to mean so many other things beyond I said I was born here. Because if you were here for the whole time, then you would have to have been here doing things. You would have stories about these things. There would be places that would be familiar, sacred to your people. There would be stories of the wars of your people, the conquest of your people.
Would there be some kind of like, I don't know, towns, villages? I mean, there might have been mud huts, right? But I mean, wouldn't there have been some
You
kind
know
of
what they have places called Africa Town, but they don't ever have places called Indigenigga Village.
I have to admit, this is the first time I've heard this phrase. So I can't say I've heard it before.
I'm gonna come up with that place. I want to start like a tiny home community. It's always been my dream to be a landlord in a tiny home community, because I always wanted to run like a little hobbit farm. So I want to open up like a tiny home community, and we're gonna call it Indigenigga Village.
Gonna charge people like $25 to come and look at the zoo? Really? Really?
No, I'm not charging people to. It's not a zoo. It's a goddamn community. Don't get shot. These Indigeniggas are crazy.
Wait. They don't shoot people. They use bow and arrows, don't they?
I don't even know if they do. I don't know what do how do Indigeniggas hunt? Do you just throw rocks at fish? Like, how do Indigeniggas eat? Like, what is like? Well, this is what I'm asking. What are the elements of Indigenigga culture? Like, you were here for millennia before the white man showed up. What are some of the survival skills that you've learned to make it on this continent before the white man? Like, I want to know some of the elements of Indigenigga culture.
I have been on a reservation. Looks like a trailer park. We call those poor white trash. It's just these people, a little bit darker skin, and they like to dance around with feathers. I think we're now calling it range working.
Those are Native Americans who are more related to Asians, who then are more related to Caucasians. So they're more like your distant relatives than, say, the Indigeniggas. The Indigeniggas seem that they are very little.
Oh, now you're firing shots.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why there's a reason why Asian is attached to Caucasian, my good white friend.
I can't argue it. Can't argue it.
Because from the Caucasus Mountains, you spread out into several areas.
I thought I was going to get a chance to jump up in my fifis, right? I mean, damn.
This is a no fifi zone. Y'all
I'm not allowed to crash out.
Nigga to you. You
I'm
can
not allowed to crash out. Y'all do it all the time. Why can't I?
You can crash out.
Okay. I'm working on it. If I can hold a straight face long enough.
That's why I haven't said anything that you can crash out over. This is just all stupid and hilarious.
Damn. You know the sad part is I actually want it to be true.
Why do you not want us to be African, Josh?
I don't. Well, I hate to tell you this, right? But you, sir, are not allowed to be African. You're American. Fuck off.
Well,
You're one
no,
of
I
us.
get that. I get that, but no, we're just talking about from a genetic lineage standpoint.
Oh, I don't give a
claim.
shit.
Yeah, I don't
most
claim
of it-
Africa in that sense. Like, I'm not on some Pan-Africanism shit, so I reject Africa on a cultural level. But yeah, I understand. We descend from those niggas over there, right? I get that. It is what it is.
I assume, didn't we all? Isn't like that supposed to be? And I don't know how true it is,
I
but isn't that supposed to be the
buy
cradle of life?
I don't buy into that either. That could have been a Darwinian. What's that club that they're all into? Not the Illuminati.
If
It
it
could be
wasn't,
a Masonic scheme.
if it wasn't the case, what the hell is that whole like human migration thing?
Human migration, what mean? What's that?
In the concept of like, like the land bridge, that was human migration. People decided they wanted to freeze their ass off coming across Siberia.
That is that's independent of an origin story, though. Because out of Africa is a definitive origin story. I question
Were
it just
you
like
going
you
off
question
on
it.
Christianity the other day? Like, how can you, like, what's wrong with origin stories all of a sudden?
Well, because Darwinism doesn't purport itself to be a religion.
Well, okay. Well, true. Do you believe in like Pangea was actually a thing?
Probably.
Okay, all right. So then, technically speaking, that would have been like all connected there, and they just happened to like lay claim that continent was the oldest human remains they could find.
So wait, Josh, are you helping the Indigeniggas? Maybe
Yes,
the Indigeniggas were here before the Indigeniggas come from Pangea. We figured it out. The Indigeniggas have to come from Pangea. Let's fucking go. We finally figured it out, y'all. Shout out to Pangea. Home of the Indigeniggas. Pangea forever, bitches. I figured it out. We know where you Indigeniggas come from. You come from Pangea, where all the continents had to come together as one giant super nigga continent, and then you broke off, and then y'all was over here. You don't even remember the other continents. You thought you were in America the whole time. Turns out you guys come from Pangea. Thank you, Josh. Maybe I needed your help to get to that point.
I hate to be contrarian here, but I kind of want this to be true. If you think about it, it's a great way to clean up the reputation, right? So you go from twerking to range working, right? Before it was sexual, and I don't know what the hell that was, and now it's religious, right? And so now it can't be construed as being like degenerate behavior, right? Because it's a religious practice. I'm starting to think this is a pretty damn good purpose here, now that I'm thinking about it. Would you rather be accused of being degenerate, or would you rather be accused of deeply religious?
Well, that's my whole point. It's like they made up a religion because, being descendants of slaves wasn't really good enough for whatever their purposes were. But being an Indigeniga, here's another element. This is where I really need to get an Indigeniga's take on this, because Indigenigas claim that once that they are acknowledged as being the rightful heirs of the land, however that really works, they get land rights. Yeah, somehow being an Indigeniga comes with land rights. You get rights to the land.
You can go live on a reservation. I don't think anybody wants to live there. You'll hate it.
Those niggas already have reservations.
Yeah,
right. We already have reservations. Why do we need different?
Well, to be fair, their reservations are actually poorer than the hood.
There you go. I'm just saying, we've already gotten our reservations, so like I don't get what the Indigeniga is after, but they say they get land rights. I don't know. Maybe they're going to start a commune or something. Maybe they're going to bring the buffalo back. Do Indigenigas hunt buffalo, or is that like a Western thing?
I honestly don't know. I've never actually heard of. Did buffalo come around on the East Coast? Was that a thing on the East Side?
I mean, I guess the buffalo roam wherever they fucking feel like it, but I don't know for a fact. You know what I mean? I'm just curious. Like, what is the Indigeniga relationship to the buffalo? Like, what's your spirit animal, Indigeniga?
Oh, that was a modified version. So the indigenous. I'm not using the word indigenous. That variation is called the beefalo. Right, that wasn't the white people that made that. That was actually the indigenous that made the beefalo. It's a cross between a bison and a cow. We call it a beefalo.
You struggling and stumbling over the word is a whole other set of punchlines. It's like a whole parallel laugh track.
Yeah, I can't do it. You have never heard me say the N-word on any stream I've ever been on in like 8 years. Never gonna happen.
You suck at white nationalism, Josh. You really do.
I just don't talk that way.
Do better.
Fuck, I'm a failure. This sucks.
God damn it. All right. Streaming journal call of the week. I told you, you suck at this white nationalism game. Wait a minute, Josh. Wait a minute. We got vegetarian terrarium up here. What's going on, man? Any thoughts on the Indigeniga thing, bro? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I got a good point. You go wherever you want to go with this, man. What's going on? Oh wait, he dropped down. Is he back up? All right, vegetarian.
Man, look, I'm. What's up, y'all? First off, my bad. What's happening? How
Yo,
y'all doing?
what up?
Shit. I feel like like how most black houses got like JFK, Jesus, and MLK in their house. I'm like, I feel like we do. A lot of us got an Indian-looking relative in the house. Like,
totally believable.
It's somebody. Like, I mean, nigga, I got that shit. Now,
but that's not the same claim, though.
Well, I feel like the indigenous thing might actually be somewhat true. I just feel like the number ain't as big. I feel like a lot of niggas jumped on to the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go through this layer by layer, right? The concept of indigenous means you are of the land. So, as I stated earlier, the natives aren't technically indigenous to America, which is kind of debunking your own indigenous claim, because all of mankind essentially discovered this new world in sequence. You know, the natives got here at one point. There might have been other groups sailing around on boats that landed here a little bit too.
Have you ever considered, like, I mean, like, and I ain't even trying to be like that, but the whole colorist argument, like the colorist argument, like niggas, like most motherfuckers just don't like niggas. So it's like, what if there was a dark ass tribe of native indigenous niggas that everybody got tired of, and then we just ended up
the natives would have told the story of kicking your ass. No, not only they would have told the story of kicking your ass, they would have told the story of specifically kicking your black ass. It would have been a great celebration. Black skins would have been stretched out like deer skins, bro.
Bro, I'm saying after the loss that they took, maybe they're smart enough to at least chill out on, as you know, being on that shit, because they might need us one day.
No, I don't know if that's how that works. That's not really how the tribal culture thing works. Like, they celebrate their wins and they mourn their losses
all the time, though, bro. Like, when times get hard, niggas morals bend like fuck, bro.
Like, what are we even talking about, bro?
I'm talking about the natives. Huh?
Like, all right, so you mean natives, like these people that are on the screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, now keep your eye on the screen. Now, you're saying that those people on the screen somehow had a civilizational war with these people and this nigga from Detroit. And the Native Americans, they totally don't ever talk about the time that they beat the shit out these niggas from Detroit. They just totally like,
number one to your first question, I don't believe the Detroit niggas are that. I feel like those are the same type of niggas who, like, because you a little older than me, but you've seen it first. You know, the dashiki era, the onks everywhere.
He looked like he could have got kicked out the Dashiki club, but the native club, like they were nicer to him, so he said, "Fuck it, I'm throwing a feather in my hat."
Yes, he couldn't go to Afro Punk and kick it, bro. Like I'm just saying, like back then it was that. Back then it was, oh, we all from Africa. Now it's just this. But I feel like niggas who aren't technically that, and I feel like the number is probably small though, in comparison to what the number of slaves were. You know what I'm saying?
Deacon Dave, you just put a link in the back in a private chat here. But I'm on my phone. I'm not even set up to do none of these things. So if somebody wants to share a screen, you feel free to share it. But I can't really run the screen myself right now, bro.
I'm on a phone.
But do you get my point? Like, I mean, I'm saying, like, I feel like there's a number of black people that are, but I feel like that number is small, and everybody else just kind of riding the wave for right now.
Hold on now. Hold on now. Not you, bro. Todd City, Uncle Underground. They were called Indians because they were dark. Do we have to do the genetic thing now? Is every dark-skinned person in the world somehow an American type Negro? Because like when they say like, oh well, melanated people wrote the Bible, melanated people conquered southern Spain. It's like, are they really you though? Even if I buy that image that you're pushing, how are they you? We all black. You see, that's exactly my point.
Bro, in the
identity
class,
crisis,
we all
man.
fam.
How are we all fam? I mean, hell, it is trying to tell me that the Tainos and the Puerto Ricans are black too. If everybody black, what the hell is black?
Honestly,
I
get your point.
Plaid is black, if Plaid is black, what is black really then?
You say if Plaid is black?
Yeah, if Plaid is black, then what the hell is black?
That is a very interesting thing to say. But have you ever seen a black on black plaid shirt?
I have, and it's other colors in it though. It's like other off colors. It'd be little streaks of white or something that'll pop out, but it'll be a shirt that's on a black surface. But it makes it less black though. And my point is like, if you're gonna add all of these obvious not like you phenotypes into your phenotypical group, then what are you even grouping together now?
I agree with that. Now, with me I've been to Africa and across Africa for a while. Like, I ain't seen nobody who looked like me. Nah, I don't believe. Go ahead.
What do you mean by look like you? They weren't like, you're not carrying a spear around and you're fully clothed. What do you mean by
no, bro? Like I'm talking about like our brow doesn't look the same. The bridge of our nose doesn't look the same.
That was a good racism, Josh. Though you're trying. I respect it.
Was. I ain't even get mad because that's just shit he do.
I respect it. No, I think what I would ask you though is in terms of Africa. I think that them looking exactly like us is actually beyond the pale. I mean, it's beyond the scope of this conversation because at this point, us Black Americans, like the Detroit nigga on screen right now, we are a unique American product because of just a series of intermixture and admixture with not only just European genes, but also the Native Americans and a dash of some Latin American in there too. Probably a touch of Arab in there.
So that's where the self-hatred
that's what that sounds like. Like we was stopped. There's a lot of splashes of a lot of shit in our shit.
No, that is too much of a like individually responsible term.
Wait, why would that not fit?
Let me tell you why.
Because he's right though. It would fit, nigga. Like that's not the way you put it. Made it sound like that. Like
it's more a product of being on the lower realm of social and economic status. So all the other lower realms of status will rub shoulders with you, and that's
but you just added a scientific factor in here that can fit. Just saying.
I didn't say I wasn't. Listen, I know science, bro. I can make sense. God damn it! Why are you surprised that I be making sense scientifically?
Well, I'm saying, right? But if it's the case that let's hypothetically say we back up 150 years, right? So now we got this whole who are we, where do we go, what do we do now kind of thing, a starting point, right? But as home dude here says, right, he went to Africa. They don't look like us. Not sure exactly what that means, but when he does start talking about like the brow, the nose, and the bridge, right?
Bruh, the phenotype, like he said.
Yeah.
We really don't, like, at least I didn't look like them. Me. I ain't gonna say we as a
if it's the case,
but me.
Yeah, but if it's the case that it's an identity crisis, because I mean, at the end of the day, right? Let's just say 150 years ago is kind of like basically what started Black Americans, right? They have to now figure out what are they going to do? Do they stay? Do they go? Do they stay and starve to death? Do they stay and work for shitty ass wages? Right? Like, what do they do? That would technically kind of birth an identity crisis, would it not?
There you go. And this is only one element of it too. And the point I was making in terms of like Black America being a unique American product, like once we come off those boats, we're kind of here and we're locked into this.
Good.
He's not wrong, right? Because that's what we're taught, at least us white boys here. Like, we're taught, you dark skinned, you black.
Well, all right, let me ask you this. Is a Dravidian a nigga?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't even know where the fuck that is.
The darkest of Indians are typically considered a Dravidian. It's like a sort of Indian.
Yeah, if they're over in India, I would say no, right?
Is that a dot Indian or like?
Yeah, it's the dot Indian. That's basically
they're too dark to dot.
Yeah, the dark don't show, or that dot don't show up so well. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if it's a species thing. And bro, everything on Earth is very diverse. There's different kinds of ants. There's different kinds of birds. Like, honestly, there could be a thing where it's like Black people are Black people. There's just different Black people due to geological change, like different.
Okay, I'll accept that loose term of Black and different Black people. I accept that, right? But that doesn't mean that we're all directly connected in some grand scheme. And this is what I pull against, though.
But technically, we would be only based off the fact that it's a DNA factor. Like, say, like, we all spawn. Like, hold on. I'm saying, like, hypothetically, because I don't particularly believe this, but I'm gonna throw it out there. We all came from the same worm that turned into a minnow, that turned into a marsupial, that turned into. You get what I'm saying?
So why are we not like white people then, in the same affinity that you're saying with Black people?
Because we all started from something else.
We all started in the same place. Oh,
because they might have evolved from something else.
Okay, I could accept that.
I got a better explanation, because we stayed inside. Y'all had to get out and work in the fields.
Oh, that's too lazy.
You stayed inside because your ass was cold.
You did right. That's what I said. Like, the Caucasus Mountains was fucking cold. Well, it's still cold, right? Technically speaking, and if you're an agricultural people, you're out there working in the damn sun.
Yeah, but you're out there working being agricultural when the season allows.
Yeah.
And you know the other thing about this admixture thing and the whole Indian thing? A lot of y'all moms was giving it up. All right? A lot of y'all daddies was out there slinging dick to little redskins. All right? And that's really the easiest explanation for the actual admixture. Oh, and that's aside from the slavery and all that goes on with slavery.
At what point did niggas decide to start keeping records of kids born? Like,
niggas never kept records. White people did. Niggas never kept the records. White people did. That's
of course.
Record keeping is Western culture. You feel me?
Bro, there is a lot of there's a lot of fucking that probably was never recorded. But I mean,
this is true. This is true.
Bro, yes, there's a lot of fucking that was never recorded. It's just, when did the country care to make it a thing to find out?
Well, that was usually the same reason why it usually is the case within history. Whoa. When you have land borders that basically border with specifically a rival, right? So like when one country is another, you actually might want to be able to tell the difference between yours and them. You need some kind of record.
I can respect that, but I was asking like a year maybe, or a time. If
how does that work? How does that work in cultures that don't have a written language?
Why do I give a fuck about cultures that ain't mine?
Well,
because we're talking about the Native Americans And because this is an Indian conversation.
Yeah,
The Indians
the
don't.
Egyptians
Okay, I didn't
definitely
know you
kept
was mentioning
records,
them. I
but they
thought
were
we were talking
very
about Edward.
selective. They just didn't care so much about the people that were enslaved.
I want to respond to something. Uncut Underground says believing all black people came from slave boats is white nationalist propaganda. Conversely, is not believing that black people are indigenous to the American continent black nationalist propaganda? I mean, let's go propaganda for propaganda. Since you want to propaganda me out, like, let's go.
Well, I got propaganda for your ass. Have you ever considered that the niggas who actually are indigenous were never slaves?
How did they become indigenous then?
Hold on, let me
Indigenous
tell
to
you.
what?
Let me
Because
tell
I
you.
was saying the Indians aren't really indigenous.
Let me explain
Okay.
it. Wasn't there
Okay.
a point when they were like there are old photos that were painted and shit of, certain niggas in Congress and shit and
Yes,
all types of shit, like holding political positions of power or great
Yes.
social standing. What if those niggas never became slaves? Ever?
No, you got
No,
your
really
sequence
think
wrong.
about it. There's a subsect of black people who do not identify with the slave rhetoric.
You got your sequence of events wrong. Let me take a minute here because I've been missing some station business. Shout out to the girl Chocolate Bunny with the $2 super chat. Just do your genealogy, church. Yes, we're gonna do genealogy to prove that we are Indigeniggas. Doug MPA. Doug, I sent you an email too, by the way. Doug MPA with the foul ball. The Keisha tribe makes it rain, weave, bastard kids, Nissan Altimas, STDs, and bad attitudes. All I wanted was drops of water from the sky, bro. All those other things. This is why nobody respects Indigeniga culture.
You
This is
don't
why
like
y'all lost to the
Nissans,
white
though?
man. I heard they discontinuing the Nissan Altima. It's over. It's over.
All right, like my mama bought a Maxima, and at
All
one
right, well,
point
she's still good. She's still good.
she bought a Maxima, but I ain't gonna lie, like nigga, I'd rather drive my Cadillacs, but I did like her Maxima.
Shout out
Nissan
to
ain't
Miss
that
Cantrell. Hold on. Shout out to Miss Cantrell, member for 3 months. Trans-indigenousness. Yeah. We coined the term here together, you and me, baby. We did it as a couple. Trans-indigenousness is the thing. That's what these niggas, they are trans-indigenous. They are the latest member of the LGBT community. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Nigga, so
I
what?
said what I said,
What you gonna
goddammit.
give them? A symbol? A number?
Yes,
Like,
Yeah, their
digital
symbol
letter,
is a
yes.
tomahawk. Their symbol is a tomahawk.
you ain't shit.
Shout out to Gloria. Hey, Gloria. With the 199. Am I black? You could be. Are you indigenous? Technically, they say Latinos are black too. So I mean, I don't think the
Tariq
Latinos agree though.
Indigenous?
I think.
Has that ever came
does
up?
FBA encompass indigeny?
I
That
think
is a
so.
good
By
question.
definition, wouldn't it have to?
I believe it does, but I mean,
Right, 'cause-
I've listened to a lot of niggas who rock with Tariq, and I just sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, y'all are idiots. But I be hearing what Tariq says, but most of them niggas slow.
I've heard Hamp say it. I just again skip past it too fast because I was having a different conversation. But I've heard it explained by him, and it would seem that would be the case. And he's got a lot of FBAs within his community.
You said specifically if you came from slavery.
Well, no, the idea that the FBAs technically would cover the indigenous.
Okay,
And I think by definition they would have to.
I think so too, but we're gonna come back to that. Give me 1 second, Charles. Shout out to Freeman's Journal, member for 7 long months. Welcome to the church, newcomers. Welcome to the church, newcomers. FBA is for retards.
Get it again. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
Here's the thing, and shout out to everybody for supporting the show. Thank you for the audience. Appreciate you guys coming.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is why I can't do strong arm robbery,
or
right?
else I will shoot.
This is exactly why I can't do strong arm robbery. If I hold up a gun and I start talking, right, I'm going to sound like that little kid, right? And everybody's just going to laugh at me. Damn.
I've been wondering what that kid like. I was trying to listen to what that little nigga was saying.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
Is that or else I will shoot? Or I'll shoot?
Or else I will shoot. Give me the money. He know his business, bro.
Oh, that's
he know he about his business, bro. That's my little nigga right there. You don't want him to run up on you.
Yeah, he's more intimidated than I am.
For him,
to be fair, he's
gonna get robbed.
You need one like that in the tuck. You never know when shit get crazy, man. Anyway,
nigga, I don't want him to rob me
though. Yeah, only dirty folks understand. No, hold on. What was I about to say? Oh, the ADOS thing, right? Let me break the whole FBA ADOS thing down now. ADOS means American Descendants of Slavery. So by definition, they're excluding the indigenous argument. You can't be indigenous by that definition. Now, FBA, Foundational Black American, you can work that in there. It doesn't contradict the terms at all. Now, at that point, it's just a matter of actually asking that individual, because I don't know if they all think that way.
So no one who is indigenous has ever became a slave?
Well, that's kind of what happened to the indigenous. They got their shit rocked.
Yeah, okay. we all of the Indians effectively would have been gone through internment camps, and then whichever ones managed to survive, which would have been the majority of them, actually immigrated to Canada. They just came back in the War of 1812 and fought with them and kicked our ass. We kind of got our White House burnt because of them.
Y'all niggas' level of sadism worries me.
You saying the Indigeniggas burned down the White House, bro? Is that your version of history?
What it was during the War of 1812, right? This was like after good amount after the whole Native American problem, right? Not that it had all been solved, but most of it had been solved. A lot of them actually immigrated to Canada. Canada was like, oh, sure, come in, right? And then as soon as shit popped off as a conflict, the Indians were actually right there with the Canadians. Well, I guess then it would have been the British, but yeah, they came back to whoop our ass. They literally doubled the size of their military.
Why does it take a white man, a part of the whole Christian national? He's technically not even in your gang. Why does this white op have to tell me about your Indigenigga history? You see what I mean? You niggas is fucking terrible, man. What is Indigenigga history? I need to know who the great Indigeniggas of American history are. Since this your land and you was here for 10,000 years.
Well, if they were indigenous, right? They're not here anymore. They're up in Canada. They're flying a maple leaf. They are definitely not American.
Some of them niggas run fraternities and sororities, though.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like the boule? The Indigeniggas are really the boule?
Yeah, and I feel like the rest of niggas is field niggas and niggas just looking for something to do.
Damn.
You gotta have something to believe in sometimes. It's real crazy. When you ain't got nothing to focus on, you gonna focus on something.
And that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Because in my opinion, and I started out, this is my overall take on it. The whole Black identity thing is just a giant cope. I think for a lot of people, slavery has a weight to it that they just cannot carry.
Okay,
and then for me, it's weird. Hold on, let me finish my whole thought, bro. Let me finish my whole thought, and you get the floor, but let me finish my whole thought. This is what I'm saying. I don't really understand. It's not going to take long. I'm gonna give it right back to you. I'm just saying, a lot of people, I think, they carry a weight of slavery that is impossible to carry, and so they don't want to carry it. And this is why they seek for another identity to explain themselves and their place in America. Whereas I just don't feel that weight, and so I don't get it internally. And this is why I'm trying to come at it externally. And I'm having fun and making jokes about it. But I really do think that's what it is. Like people just don't want to carry that weight that, all right, we started out as slaves or whatever. Like even me, like my mom's side of the family goes back to North Carolina and the plantations. My dad's side of the family goes back to fucking picking cotton and picking sugar cane. I was slaves on both sides, bro, but I don't understand why you niggas feel such a way about it.
Okay. Now, I feel like we have similar lineage, pretty much. But the only thing I can say is, like, there are certain things that are just fucked up. Like, I ain't gonna cap. Like, I don't really care because I had to go to work and I've lived my life. Like, reparations. It was mentioned. It was said it was gonna happen. It didn't happen. I ain't gonna act like it's supposed to happen. It didn't happen for my parents or my grandparents after it was said. When I really look at a lot of these things, like, racial pride ain't an issue. Like, I'm going to a gas station. I'm chilling with my brother, like my homeboy, my brother and his little sister with us. We go to the gas station. We about to go get slushies or whatever. It's the 4th of July. My birthday the next day. Some white kids who go to the college down the street from a nigga crib and shit, Notre Dame, tell us happy 4th of July niggers. Bruh, you can't help but be on a team at that point. It's like, I don't really be having problems with white people like that.
What? Hold up.
Why do y'all be doing that shit for no reason?
Well,
it's
we don't have a problem. But I got a question.
No, you don't have a problem. That's the difference. There are people that you can't answer for.
No, the vast majority of Americans actually are like, we call it in the I don't give a fuck camp, right? Like they just don't care. It's just kind of like a indoctrination that comes with America. We actually don't give a damn about anything outside of our borders, and within our own history, still don't give a damn.
So why would you tell teenage kids, happy 4th of July niggers for no reason?
Well, there's actually a little bit to this, right? So, like, let's say the concept of reparation. You do realize that reparations did come about. A choice was granted. If you look at the country of Liberia, look at how it was founded. We purchased the land, and we gave an option. We will fly your ass.
Niggas gave reparations to Liberia?
Yeah, no. That was, we returned it, unfortunately. Some people were given the choice.
So y'all ain't give reparations to niggas?
Yeah, you can return, or you can stay and be granted citizenship. Of course, that took a little bit more extra than just having it handed to you on a silver platter. But you get the concept. It was effectively
Josh. Please, 1 second. I really don't give a fuck about FBA's indigenous or nothing. But why shouldn't I get my reparations if it was mentioned?
You wouldn't have. They did. That's how Liberia was actually formed. So
people
now are basically
saying, whoa. Liberia is the reparation? Like we gave you a country?
Liberia was the land was actually purchased predominantly, let's just say it was more of a corporate purchase because of the way it came about. Liberia is a weird fucking country that most people just blink it out of existence like it doesn't matter. But the vast majority of U.S. cargo ships are actually flagged through Liberia. The reason for it is because the monopolization of funding. It's actually cheaper to do, and it grants a lot of access.
I'm not going to contradict anything you say. Hold on. I'm not going to contradict you. I'm not going to fight you at all on this. Have you given these facts to your friends over on the other side of
No, because nobody wants to hear about it. When they say reparations, they don't mean settle your shit with the former slaves, right? They say, look, I'm descendants of slaves. You now also owe me.
Was USAID in Liberia?
USA is effectively the founder of Liberia.
No, he meant USAID.
AID.
Yes, unfortunately, it had some shenanigans that goes with it, but that had more to do with cargo ships. And that's because the vast majority of U.S. companies that have cargo ships are flagged through Liberia.
All right, let me stop this for a minute because I don't want this to really be about reparations. We got Freeman's Journal up on the panel. You still here, Freeman? Yeah, you are. There you go. The Indigeniggas.
Well, damn, my bad, nigga.
No, because nobody can see. I know who's up here.
It is this crushing insecurity, right? That is the groping for a new identity, right? We can't be the thing
The
that
groping.
we are, right?
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time.
It can't be the thing that, you know, this thing cannot be me. I need to be this other thing, right? The test scores are terrible. I mean, everything's bad, right? There's no aggregate measure that isn't completely effed up. So now it's, well, none of that applies anymore. I'm gonna like remake myself and do this and that. It's like, bro, and to me, it's really evidence that the Marxist Reformation worked on your people. That it did, because you were not raised, you were raised to think everything black is bad, right? And you're just oppressed by the white man and so forth and so on. Then you come to adulthood, and now this siren song of Tariq Nasheed is like music to your ears. They want to be in Plato's cave, right? Because when they step outside, what are they going to do? Right? The sunlight of 70% bastardy rate, they don't want that.
Freeman,
that?
pardon me.
So
what do you mean by black being bad?
No,
Like thinking that black was bad.
Because it is taught to other blacks around the prism of oppression.
What actions, though? Kind of like 3 examples, if
action?
possible.
Well,
like,
how about this?
What would be bad?
I just said 70%. I just said 70% bastardy rate. Did you not hear that?
Not entirely. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you could say I don't know, 70%, 75% of black boys in California can't read.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Something like 23 high schools in Baltimore didn't have a single person who was reading proficient.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I agree. Okay. So this is what I hate about our own education system is we compare it to everybody else. We compare the U.S. education system to half of Europe. The problem is our economy system is nothing based on theirs. One example would be like say 30% of males actually go to the
Josh, can I stop you for a second? I don't think a European comparison was made. So why are we going there?
Because that's what the claim is about. It is about proficiency, right?
Well, it's only It's not even versus Europeans though. It's within our own context. So by our own standards.
Well, if it's within us, then the answer is absolutely not.
Has anybody ever showed you guys that they have native, or indigenous lineage from a DNA test?
Has anyone showed what?
Not that I've ever heard of.
Yeah, you have a friend who said, "Hey, I got a 23andMe." Or
some people will legit have that, but that alone doesn't disprove the original claim about being indigenous, which is like we were here for 10,000 years, bro. This is what I mean.
Okay, so I guess that's fair. Somebody could have fucked, and you don't know which people.
Yes.
Well, no. I mean. How far back can the test trace?
Not as far as people want to think.
But how far is it?
Yeah, but that's kind of the problem. Once it becomes an unfalsifiable claim, now we're getting into elements of
when
faith,
is it
which is why it's a cope. Because it's an unfalsifiable claim. It's actually very falsifiable, but they're arguing it as it is unfalsifiable, which from their point of view, it now becomes like a religion.
Because you can't disprove it, you can't prove me wrong type shit.
Because they won't accept being proven wrong. This is why it's an article of faith.
Exactly. They can't prove it either way. They can't prove it, right?
So because it's still up in the air.
It's up in what air?
Well, wait. So if something can't be disproven, if something can't be proven, does it mean it's automatically disproven?
No, usually within philosophy, the burden of proof goes on the person that made the claim. Problem is that that's if we're looking at it that way, right? But we all know when we're on YouTube talking about this shit, we're definitely not operating under these standards.
But that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Because by nigga logic, we can easily be indigenous, but nigga logic won't get you to the moon. Probably wouldn't even build you a proper house. So I reject all nigga logic.
Well, get your house. Hold on. You
hold
can
on,
lean some
like
2x4s against each other. What are we talking about? Yeah.
now hold on. Let's be realistic here. If we all, what do we think of Earth? That it's round, right? And we're in the solar system surrounding.
Oh boy, we're about to do a moonwalk, ain't we?
No, we not. Nah, I'm just gonna say this and it's gonna be over with. You can overstep what I gotta say afterwards. But when somebody asks you about shit in space, all you can do is run with assumptions because you never had to deal with it.
Well, okay, not necessarily. There are some. There's actually a lot of claims that are like. Here's
I'm willing to accept that you believe what people tell you.
No.
And I believe some of the things that you believe in.
No.
Pattern recognition, right? So here's an example, right?
There you
Every
go.
celestial body that you look up and see, even with a telescope, is spherical, correct?
Correct.
So thinking that everything you see is round, right? Why would you not assume? Why would you not automatically assume that the rock you're standing on is any other shape other than that same sphere?
Now, just me wondering, because I gotta think throughout my life.
Right.
The moon.
Right.
How often do you see certain craters?
Well, it depends on what side of the planet you're facing, right? You will generally see it most of the time.
The moon isn't a planet; it's a moon.
Yeah. Well, you're always gonna us standing on the face of the moon always faces the same part of the planet Earth, right? So if you're standing on the other side of the planet, you're seeing the other side of the moon, right?
So wherever, if I live where I live right now, I'm gonna always see that part of the moon.
Correct. Unless you go to some other place on planet Earth, then you're going to see something different.
Now, and I'm really trying to think back to my college days and a lot of my tours and other places. Because I really didn't take no pictures or look at the moon like that while I was out there. I just didn't.
You understand the first question I ask you is that we're about to do a moonwalk, aren't we? And the reason why the reason why I instinctively knew what was happening is because I've been through this so many times. And when we have these conversations about like these black identity issues and they start to get into like the squeamish parts of things and you start to try to nail people down on, well, let me, for example, there is a logical Socratic approach to kind of solving an abstract problem. And then there is the sort of philosophical rambling approach. And
I think we could have been genetically from a lot of places. And it's just some people set up gangs, sect, or societies and then decided to say, hey, we just got here. Like, I mean, like the whole Pangea thing.
This is why you have to apply. You have to apply the most rigid logic to even the most absurd, abstract thing you can propose. The only way to work through it is to try to have the most rigid logic possible, because everything else is just fluff at the end of the day. And that's the purpose of logic, is to sort out the fluff.
This is why I asked that question. If you think about the concept of go back 150 years ago, right? Now all black men are technically free, right? So they would then have to start this position of who are we and what do we do?
Everything he says sounds offensive, even though it's not.
It's kind of like the object of all of a sudden you decided you're going to appear today, right? You now have to start effectively, and the starting point really sucks without history, right? Like if you had to skip throughout your entire childhood, right? You're just 18 years old, you popped into existence, and you're now ready to function. You're going to be treated like an adult. Nothing you got from your childhood is going to count for you as a learning capability or anything like that. It would appear, and I'm just speculating at this because there's no real way to prove it, but it would appear that would automatically start some type of identity crisis, because you have to actually figure out who you are.
I don't think
and
that's
you have
what
to
the
do it
identity
without any type of ancestry passing along of cultural traditions.
I don't think that's what happened, though. I mean, that's a theory, but I've explored the theory, and so what I've kind of come to, the conclusion I've kind of come to on is that and this is a little bit deep, and this is why we're at the end of the show now. We're gonna tail it down with this type of thing. But when you get into like the origins of black nationalism, you start to encounter some really, really shady international mysticism type of people, like connected to secret societies, Shriners and Masons and whatnot. And I get the feeling that a lot of these ideas were inceptioned into the black community for a particular purpose. And
Obviously.
and so it's all kind of a part of like the
Nigga, you
great
feel
work,
like black
as you
people
call
do
it.
everything we do because we ain't had shit to do and ain't know what to do?
No, no, not at all. That's not even what I'm saying. Well,
I
I'm
wouldn't
talking
feel
about
like it
this
was
this
ignorant to
particular
say that,
ideology.
but
I feel like
it's wild.
I'm talking about a particular ideology that's almost like unique to Black America.
He's basically talking about the concept of outsourced ideology. It's not what you think, right? It's what you're taught. And he's talking about specifically a very unspoken and mystic groups of people that are very rarely ever talked about. And so he's basically making the claim that it would appear that has a lot of influence because it's identical to, I'm adding on to it, because it's identical to other places you would see it.
Well, what I'm saying is that you can definitively trace like the origins of a lot of these ideas back to particular people in a particular time post-slavery in America. And so the ideas, a lot of new ideas kind of hit the Western world at the same time. And so like the Marxism and all that, a lot of these ideas hit the American shores roughly at similar time, same time. And so I think a lot of that was just sort of induction. I mean, what was that movie with Leonardo Cruz? That dream movie, Inception. A lot of these ideas were just inception into the black psyche because it's one thing for all right. Once upon a time, we had the African slave trade. We don't have slavery anymore. You guys are the remainders of the slave trade, right? That's a straightforward. What for better or worse, it's a straightforward identity. But
Niggas ain't
now,
got no identity to niggas
but
watching.
that was an identity, like it or not, it was an identity, right? But the thing is, now you get these
Told
groups
be
that
a
come
good boy.
along. These groups come along and tell you that you actually have a secret destiny. You have a secret identity that was stolen from you. You are actually kings in a foreign mystical land called Africa. Like this is literally what was going on at the turn of the century for black people. So
Bruh,
you
I
get
went
like,
to Africa and them niggas ain't like me. I didn't like them
bro,
niggas.
you were not alive in 1850 or 1890. So like
Yeah,
there's a
but I
whole
was alive
different
in
frame of
modern
mind.
times and them niggas didn't
Right.
like me.
There is an entirely different frame of mind of Negro that I'm trying to like propose to you. Like imagine the mind in the world of the post-slavery Negro before civil rights, before any of this shit, right? And so there was actual racism and there was all kind of crazy shit happening to black folk. And then you got these people coming along telling you that actually the white man stole your history from you. I know your history. I have it right here. Let me tell you how you used to be kings. And that's
Did
kind of
you
where it
meet
all
these other
started, bro.
niggas?
Bro, listen, this is why they tell you niggas don't be reading, bro. And I didn't even read a book to learn this. I'll just be on YouTube surfing and collecting digital knowledge now. I'm above books now. I just absorb information from the digital atmosphere.
See, there goes free fucking proving that proficiency.
And digital.
You don't read, sir. Now you just informed everybody you can't read. You can only hear your audio books.
I told what's his name, Philosophical, I don't read. Then they asked me what books you read. I said I don't read. I can't.
To be fair,
I'm so proud of you that you
I
can
enjoy
read.
your podcast.
I started
But you be worrying me.
I dead ass started roasting that nigga because he could read. Like I'm so proud of you. Read some more to me, Ella.
Nigga, we definitely would have fought one good time in middle school, nigga.
Dead ass, nigga. Cause don't try to flex on me because you got a book. Yeah, how dare you try to use a book to flex on me? That's like some monkey shit.
Bitch, I can't let you borrow the book though, nigga.
No, I'm talking about the nigga Philosophical. The way the nigga was trying to flex, like I know something because I read a book. Like, nigga, so what? We all graduated from the 3rd grade. Like, I'm not gonna let you feel special because you can read a goddamn book. I refuse to give that nigga any fucking book reading credentials. No, fuck your book, nigga. You think you know shit because you read a book? I was roasting the shit out that nigga for reading, bro. It was awful.
But bro, you don't talk like none of them Southern niggas with a mouth full of biscuits and shit. Like, there's a difference.
Nah, that nigga from
Like,
Brooklyn
niggas
like
can't
me.
put
I
you
can hear
there.
the New York in that nigga voice too. I hate these fucking pompous ass niggas, man. Niggas be acting like they got secret knowledge
Nah,
and
fuck
shit. That
niggas
shit
being
irked the
pompous.
fuck out of me.
Nigga, your whole city fucked up. All of y'all boys down there that fucked the whole game up, nigga. Ain't a word in the dictionary that ain't gay now. Niggas can't even eat hot dogs safe no more, nigga.
Hey, that's these young boys, man. The whole culture
Yeah,
going crazy.
nigga, that's y'all boys though. That's New York
What I'm
niggas.
supposed
They
to do?
did that.
What I'm supposed Glizzy a New York word?
Yes.
I don't even know if Glizzy a New York word because New York
Yes, it
niggas
is,
don't
nigga.
play about. New York
Yes,
niggas
it
don't
is,
typically
nigga.
play about dick jokes, but I don't know.
Well,
You could be
Nah,
right. You
Glizzy
could be
is a
right.
New York word, nigga.
You
Y'all
might be
is that
right.
shit.
You might
Now,
be right.
this actually has a fundamental problem with reputation. The vast majority of the black panels I've been on, they're very hyper focused on reputation. It doesn't matter what a thing is; it matters more what a thing looks like. There's other cultures, like Asian culture is kind of very similar to this, but to us, let's just say the white boys around here, that's kind of odd because all of the fun is in like just self degradation, aka the charcuter. Right? Like, we don't really care. Like, I don't care if somebody actually on YouTube panels actually thinks that I'm out here banging sharks, right? Does it matter?
I don't know.
You held that one. You
In
actually
white
held that one.
culture,
That's crazy.
no, Josh is on to
Niggas was
something a
talking
little
shit
bit.
though. But
No, because in white culture, I don't know if it's like within the rules of white culture that we'll be like joking, be cracking jokes on each other, and if somebody want to fight,
no,
and now we
white.
actually
See,
got to
this the
fight.
difference, Hood.
That's
I don't know.
common with
Hey,
us,
hey,
though.
Hood. I don't know what kind of school you went to. Like, what was the ratio of white people and
I went to school with
race?
I actually went to white school before I got into like, let me see, 6th grade, because I was like an army brat for most of my young life. So before like middle school, I was around with like mixed kids, mixed crowds, but white kids, black
uppity.
kids.
He's flexing on y'all.
I
He's
was
telling
like,
you he was uppity.
I was working middle class, like a soldier's kid. Technically, he was wifed up to my dad was he was not my dad, put it that way. So I was like just on for the ride, but I got to be in the military housing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was around white kids, and so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's as a bigger part of white culture. Like if a bunch of niggas cracking jokes on each other, somebody get their feelings hurt, niggas gonna fight, and it's not like shocking. I don't know if that happens as frequently, with the same comfort as white people.
Very, very few things that we would actually fight over. When it comes down to words, right? It would be very few things. There are some things, don't get me wrong, just not that many.
All right, so I did private school up until about at least 4th grade. Nigga, so you at least didn't see most of this shit, like the parallels, like the comparisons, like you can see a lot of this shit. Like
there's always comparisons and parallels.
But this the thing, like the knowledge that a lot of us got, nigga, you're on an island, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real, like it's rare that you like every once in a while you meet a nigga and then y'all have a silent conversation in the hallway by the lockers, like, yeah, while you watching niggas nigga. But other than that, it's just like, damn,
that's
I think y'all up on panel flexing across free. Free probably went homeschooled.
Is that what?
Say what?
Freeman's Journal. You say, yo, you got homeschool?
Do I homeschool or I was homeschooled?
Were you?
No, I went to.
I don't even think homeschooling was much of a thing, like for our generation,
Freeman's Journal sounds well-rounded.
Did you go to private school or military school, Free?
No, I did not.
Did you hear the other two black men on panel flexing on you because you can't read a book?
Because
why are you sitting there trying to play niggas against each other?
Right. Started trying to see just like white people, bro.
Nigga, hell nah.
See,
I'm going to hell.
My nigga, Dr. Claude, nigga, that's my nigga. Like Dr. Claude, cousin, nigga, that's my nigga.
Well, y'all
I
gotta
told you
know
for the
wherever
first
the
time,
white man
Josh,
comes,
I don't trust you.
wherever the white man go, he gonna bring discord. It's just gonna happen.
Nah, you tried it. Ain't no Discord, nigga.
See, I think you used to hanging out with those other blacks and they be getting triggered and shit. We just look at you with like disgust.
Who we hang out? No. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air new series. He hang out with them Carltons.
Yeah,
No, we talking about the pro blacks over there. That's who we be hanging out with.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I the Riskies panel. Some from Fatties. Yeah, I'm quite known for the.
I don't
black
dislike Fatty, but Fatty took another L that looked like an anti-L recently.
Hey, you know, Pearl did another pass at the whole black YouTube.
Oh God,
man.
again.
And they ruined it. They ruined it. I wanted to start a channel and talk to Pearl.
Man. Dudes don't know how to really move. I think she was right when she was making that whole point about like, this is why black folk don't get ahead because, you know, dudes don't understand like how to do business and stuff like that. Like, yeah, not exactly wrong.
Hood. Niggas is trying to perpetuate this lie. Like she didn't say that women in general, like, what's the fuck? Criminals. To a degree. To a degree. Like, I mean, like, shit, everybody done a little, well, not everybody done a little something, but shit, I know I did. Like, something.
Pearl fired a shot. Pearl definitely fired a shot to basically get a reaction.
And she did it on the perfect person, because Jazz is such an idiot.
I don't know what Pearl would know. I don't know if she's got a team of people.
No, it's not about what Pearl did, bro. No, it's this one. There's only a couple of characters on other podcasts that niggas know. They just be like, damn, this about to make this. I want to switch this now.
Sure, but you got to look at this, and I know it's going to sound messed up. From like the white person's perspective, we honestly don't care. So like when we walk into a black community, not the first thing we notice isn't who's pro blackity black and who's this and who. We actually don't know this. We probably at face value can't really tell. So we walk in the door, kind of like try our best to kind of feel around and figure it out, which we fail.
Don't know who the good ones are.
Yeah, like
hold on.
The one thing that I can say that's parallel across all of the different communities is entertainment value. Hands down, and this is why I said reputation I think matters most of all, is because you guys are fucking damn good at entertainment.
Oh God.
You're going to hate this, right? But the industries that black people dominate are all based on entertainment.
Yeah. I am charming.
Music, and
I
we're not
don't
talking
dance,
about...
though.
We don't even need fucking like today's fucking rap, right? We can go back to the 1920s and you guys dominated.
Well, that's for several reasons, but yeah. And
it's a lot of talent in there. If you we take fucking athletics. I mean, aside from golf, which y'all kicked our ass with fucking Tiger Woods, right? But
it's annoying. It's annoying to agree with him, but I used to hate that. No, I'm gonna be real. I hated being smart. Look. It's hard to be. Look. When you're in a family full of people who are musically talented and you're smart, and you also figured out how to be musically talented, nobody likes you.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, that's how that works. Like, the main thing is keep everybody one way. If you smart and you can play a piano, a guitar, sing a song, hoop.
Well, what's the name?
Play football.
Roland. The guy from Harvard, black guy, basically proved this statistically. Once you have a B average and you're black, you have less black friends. Right?
Jesus Christ.
That is how it works. Why do you think smart black people end up running away from other black people?
Not only that, he spoke to the dumbing down effect too, because now you want to have friends.
Right, exactly, bro. Who every smart black kid, right, who grew up around a lot of other black kids has been through that. I'm just trying to tell you, that's just what it is. So, but you see it happening, right? And this is diaspora wide. This is Africa. This is the Caribbean. This is American, black ghettos everywhere. When there is a smart black person, there is a divide, right? And then they have to like either accept like that clip of the guy saying they have to accept that, or they can learn how to speak.
I'm willing to
You know what I'm
accept
saying?
that only because
is what
I
it
went
is.
to college and every black man did not like me at first to try to prove a point in
There
Africa.
is-
But the only thing that happened afterwards
Actually, let me
was
finish, let me
since
finish,
I
let me
had no other people to talk
let
to,
me finish.
I
Let me
made
finish.
friends with white boys.
So what happens is, right, people try to maintain this esoteric, air quotes, blackness in spite of the fact that black people don't like them anymore, right? And they have to like, oh, this particular subculture is like unwelcoming to smart black men. So now what do? Right? How do I get along in life? Like, remember the guy yesterday who came up, the newbie? And he said, well, what if white people say this? And da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay. So he's trapped in the middle, right? He just can't accept who he is, right? And he, so there has to be this group dynamic at play, right? When you lose the group dynamic, it's like, it's just gone. I don't have to do that anymore, right? So, 23 high schools in Baltimore, not a single reading proficient kid, doesn't bother me. It's like, oh, well.
You know what I was gonna talk about, bro? Because I'm not set up for this, and this deserves a proper show, bro. But you see what happened in Chicago with those kids, bro? So a bunch of kids. Yeah, they coming out of some school, and this lady got her little kids. She picked them up from school, and I guess her sons is getting bullied, or he got problems with these kids. And so, like, the mom and the kids all got beat up by the kids in the school. And so now the neighborhood kind of erupted, and they want justice from the school. They're protesting at the school, and they protesting. They done tracked some of the kids down. They outside their little apartment building. It's getting crazy out there. And this is elementary school kids too.
So does that mean that was a black family, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that just imply that black people are effectively going to go through? I think you used the term Renaissance. Wouldn't it just be natural order of things, anyways?
What do you mean? I don't get
So
what you're
generally, as people get more, let's just say a culture. If we're gonna, I hate to use a stereotype, but like, let's just think that all black people are the same, right? And now they're all comparing themselves to each other, right? But as a certain group within that decides that they're going to advance, let's just say it's education or music or economics, whatever it is. But as they advance,
dysfunctional black people are a minority of the black community.
Well, there has to be some type of conflict in between the two groups, right? To basically assert some type of superiority, and that conflict is actually what furthers the culture.
How many
itself.
of us are fucking up compared to us? That's
Not
just
many.
moving?
Statistically, not many.
No. See, this is where I'm going to throw some nuance here. It is not the number that have, let's say, committed a crime or this or that. It is the culture. It is the petri dish, right, that breeds that.
Right.
But
so that would be
how many of the culture has this probably affected?
Hold on. How many of us is not as important as how many of us are of the culture that creates that. That's the question.
Okay, so how many of the culture are creating it?
Well, that I think it boils back down to reputation, right? Because really what it's about is it's a reputation. You're either an Uncle Tom or you're hood. That's it, right? So those two technically would have to have some kind of reputational conflict. So that would be the metaphoric Renaissance. You got to have some type of conflict in between the two. And maybe it's just kind of a natural order of how culture progresses. White people had it. We had the uppities, the upper class, the preppies. This all took place in the 90s, right? And then the trailer trash. We had to get rid of the trailer trash. Didn't work so well. They're still around, right? We just ignore the shit out of them like they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You do ignore them like they don't exist. And they
right.
And they are geographically separated.
But if you're talking about the culture, aka the black culture, that I'm still not quite sure how is defined, right? But that's the reputation part. There aren't many groups that are basically rejecting the other side, right? There is still a you can be saved kind of concept. Like Hamp's community is all based on we got to drag everybody with us. Nobody gets left behind. for that nasty cliche.
Wait, say that again. Everybody wants to pull everybody else up.
So within like the pro-blackity blacks, there is no such thing as any one black person getting left behind. They want to drag everybody up.
Oh yeah, that's true. They can't accept failure.
So that would be a thing that goes across from the Renaissance, or like goes against the
That's
the
a lie.
concept of
Ain't
Renaissance.
nobody trying to drag nobody up.
Well, only in the terms of reputation, right? Because this is the internet, right? What people are and what people look like, different things, right? But the reputation is not about what a person is; it's about what you look like.
All right, I guess that's fair. Not me saying like I'm upset, like, but that's fair. Like, I mean, it's just keep the reputation okay, but don't actually live by that shit.
Most people on the internet, I mean, just to be fair, right? We all have skeletons in our closet. We damn sure wouldn't want that coming out in public, right? And that's the nature of the internet. We're all apparently right? We're all rich. We're all handsome. We all get to bitches, right? There ain't no ugly bastards on the internet. There ain't no, like, that's the reputation. That's the sales pitch. And just to be clear, I am a $145. I mean, I'm tall. I got 6'1", right? But I'm a $145 soaking wet, right? Like, I look like a bunch of toothpicks got glued together. I ain't intimidating shit, and I don't give a shit about my reputation. But my culture went through its renaissance, I guess. I say you guys are going to do it. I just don't expect it for like another 50 years. But it'll be like a reputation renaissance. It's not got anything to do with like the... It's a hard conversation to have, because if you were to actually ask me what black culture is, and I tell you I have no clue. Right? Like, if I'm being an asshole, I'm just going to say watermelon fried chicken, right? That's the asshole answer. But the reality of it is I don't know. The vast majority of the black people I've ever run across are fucking middle class. Same as fucking me. So what's the deal? Like, I can't tell you a difference. That's why it's hard for me to actually have any type of conversation with it, because I don't really know what it is. And I'm not sure. I still don't know what black culture is. I've tried to have this conversation 3 times in the community, or in Hamp's community, and every damn time, boy, was it turned out to be a civil war.
Bro, black people can't. You know how many times Hood has asked that same question, or SKC, and it turns into the same thing? They can't agree on it.
Yeah, but he can at least get the conversation going. When I ask it, it turns into a race war instantly.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, it turns into the same thing here. I'm trying to tell you. It might take maybe 5 minutes longer, but it all ends up in the same place.
Okay. Could be what it is. So then we go back to the identity crisis problem, right? Like, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's part of it, because they can't define it.
Well, here, I'm going to give all black people an easy out. You're fucking American. If you were born on this soil, you're us. I don't give a shit about any of the rest of it, right? Like, you're just us. And so now you have the same problem.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to convince them of that. Right? You don't have to convince me of that.
Well, can't we just basically, I don't know, go door to door, kick some doors in, give a gun, say, hey, look, you American? Right? If they say yes, leave them alone, right?
Well, look,
if they say no, deportation time, because apparently that's the time we're on right now.
Well, you know what? I thought about that, right? Someone said, actually, I was listening to Ed, and he said, Republicans, something about Republicans should have, accepted more black conservatives, something like that. And I thought, well, politics is downstream of culture. So I thought about what was the cultural invite. And basically, like, the mid 80s to the mid 90s was a golden age of blacks in culture, period. I mean, when you look at like Carl Weathers and Predator, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or Danny Glover.
Fundamentally agree with you now. Yes.
Wesley Snipes, right?
Yes.
You look at, listen, man, The Cosby Show was the #1 show in America, right?
Fuck yes.
You know what the #4 show was? A Different World.
Yeah.
Right? So Black Nuclear Family was the #1 show, and Black Kids Going to College was the #4 show. So you had the cultural invite to be just as American as you wanted to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is why Bill Cosby was so frustrated in the pound cake speech, right? Because I thought he made that speech in like the 80s or 70s or something, but he did it in like 2005. Because in 2005, you could clearly see that from the end of the Cosby Show till that time, it was not going well, right?
Oh,
right.
No,
So
no. Goes back a little bit further. Well, not the speech, right? But the idea. So I grew up in the 90s, right? And we watched TBS. Well, everything on TBS was pretty much like and they were family orientated black shows, right? I mean, I don't know how real they were, but it's the stuff that we watched on TV. So it would have been the Cosby Show was one of them. Shit, there was a whole God. I gotta go down the damn list of them. Dynamite. Which one was that? The Jeffersons.
No, that was what was that show?
Yeah, there was. I can't remember, but there was 5 basically black families, and there would have been 2 white families, right? But at that time period, in that time period, the 90s, that's when the white people, when we were having our renaissance of like, I called it labeling, right? So you had like the jocks, the yuppies, the preppies, the nerds, the geeks. Then you had like all kinds of weird shit. You had the freaks, the goths, which I never really could tell them apart, right? But that's when we had that movement, right, on identity basis. That was us basically fighting each other, say, which one was superior. The fucking preppies actually won in high school, but then they turned out to be pieces of shit once they graduated, right? But that was ours, right? So we were so hyper focused on ourselves, internal fighting. Maybe that could have been a thing. I have no idea. I don't know how, thinking back of it now, it fits right in the timeline. I just don't know how it functions. But yes, you guys definitely had like this boost right about that time period.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just thinking about that, and that era. Yeah, that era was like a golden era of, blacks and culture, honestly. So anywho, and I just, we didn't sure about that.
Yeah, we didn't even, okay. So to be fair, like from the redneck community, like Tupac, that whole East Coast, West Coast rap battle, we actually never really thought it was real. We actually just thought it was a TV show, right? We didn't realize it was real until Tupac got shot. Then we were like, oh, they really are fighting. It's not really a game. Like, it's not like to sell records, that kind of thing.
He ain't lying.
We actually, honestly...
He isn't lying about that. I didn't think, as a kid growing up, I thought the East Coast, West Coast thing was just marketing and promoting.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
It took us so long to realize that it actually was real beef. Right. But then again, it makes sense now if we look back at it from like a record labels actually having conflict, and that's just pure capitalism. It is what it is, right?
Hood, can you highlight Freeze on Lou's last comment? Yeah, but that is, I saw your comment, Freeze on, but that is the dichotomy, isn't it? That's the weird dichotomy, is that at the same time, they were showing so many, like, literally heroic black men, right? Right,
Mr. T and the A-Team, fuck exactly.
Yes. The shit was going downhill rapidly. That is the huge dichotomy. They were, this complaint that, there was a complaint about the media and how it shows black people negatively, while in actual national media, right, movies and such, there were many positive examples. Yeah. While the reality was it was hurtling downhill. That's the enormous dichotomy, man. That's crazy when you think about it. It's like the bizarro world.
I think I'm a little upset that we didn't notice it. Like when I was a teenager, everybody wanted to be friends with a black guy because he was funny as fuck.
Bullshit.
Fuck you. Those were like the most fun time periods, right?
Bullshit.
I know they talk about like the drug epidemic and all that bullshit, right? But that wasn't with us. We didn't have it. Like the worst thing we did was I guess maybe somebody smoked weed, right? But mostly we were all raging alcoholics, right? Everybody wanted to drink and chase boobies. That was the thing, right? But the whole concept of charisma, right? Like if you were fun to be around, yeah, that was basically a popularity boost. And thus, you wanted to hang out with probably the most funniest people you could, so you could draw a crowd. You drew a crowd, then you drew the women. I hate to say it, but whoever your black jester was got us laid. And that's where we got onto the R&B music. That got us laid too. Shout out to
really
Boys to Men. Fuck.
You really just said black jester.
Yes, the black jester, aka the class clown. I thought the class clown was like a white term name, right? I don't know what the black version of the class clown is.
That's a goofy nigga.
But we had. Fuck, we're white. What the fuck? We don't do branding as well as you do. Fuck off.
Nah, you a store runner. You a goofy nigga. Like you
No, we do
all the time.
No, we do branding as
jokes
well. The problem is they have actually gentrified the best branding that white people could have ever came up with, and then told us you can't use it no more.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. Hey, you
further explain it, because I heard it,
look,
but I didn't digest.
You
it.
guys gentrified the N-word. You guys use it every day in your vernacular, and now you tell white people who invented that word that we can't use it no more. That's our word. You took that from us. We created that.
Not as funny as it sounds for you to say that, because I'm willing to accept that it's ironic, but it's just like, God, like, don't say that shit to me, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that there are niggas out there that'll let you say that shit. Not me, though. Like,
what did I say that was wrong? What did I say wrong, though?
I didn't say you said anything wrong. If somebody let you say it, move on. Just don't say it around me.
But what about my question is what about what I said bothers you so much?
Nothing.
So why would you not want to sit around you if it isn't bothersome to you?
Because
all it is something to talk about.
Because there are times like, have you ever seen people's face? Like, you know when people have facial expressions when they say certain shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Body language speaks more than words. I agree.
Okay. So you say nigga around me because you believe that I would have been okay with it. So you said it in a way that it was like, it was supposed to be enticing for me to engage in conversation with you.
I never even said that.
I didn't say you did it. I'm not saying you did it. It's happening.
See, the truth of the matter is most white people, when it comes to the N-word, they're not going to say it to another black person unless they know for a goddamn fact it ain't going to get them punched in the mouth. Unless they're trying to stir up shit and piss them off.
I believe that's fair. I've never seen it happen in my school.
Right.
It's
I got a best homie of mine that was in my wedding, man. We both call each other the N-word. But just because he's giving me the N-word pass, that doesn't mean that all black people have given me the N-word pass and I'm just going to go in the hood and start throwing around the N-word.
Unless I'm trying to... the fact that you respect that. Most people don't.
You know, the N-word pass, it should actually be like a t-shirt so everybody knows, like, this guy is okay.
I want to make a t-shirt that says N-word pass.
Hell no, bruh.
Why the hell y'all creating a damn database?
Hold on. So Brandon gave you a hole punch that said, you can say nigga here.
Damn.
That's kind of what you said.
No, listen, if the pass is, if you have a pass, you know how like Second Amendment rights aren't reciprocal between states? I'm saying that your N-word pass should be universal.
How far can your N-word pass go? Should it leave your state?
All 50 states, bro.
Hell no. Nigga, I don't know you.
Is it an actual card, like a concealed carry card that you pay a annual fee for?
You should have to pay a fee, actually. That would be dope. That is how we get some money out of this. We get a revenue stream.
Hey,
going.
Dude, that's how you can build an argument for reparations. An annual pass card for white people that you have to have to
$350 for a year, like the weed card.
One that you have to renew annually. But the caveat to that is, if you have that N-word pass card, then Negroes can't get mad if you use it.
No, you can sue them now.
Right.
Do you have to pay for like an extra fee for your hard R?
Well, there's actually a really easy way to do this. So you just create a website.
Wait, no, wait a minute. There's a gold club. There's a gold club. So there's
No,
the pass,
platinum
and then
members
there's the
get
gold
hard
club.
Oh, so you have tiers to it.
No, nigga, it's $8.50 a year to use the hard R.
Well, you realize this system's not really difficult to create, right? You just create a website. There's 50 vital statistics, so everybody that's born, as they come up, you just basically pop their name into the website. Can be done automatically, right? As their database updates, your database updates, and then you just tick mark who's allowed to say the whatever word, right? You can attach another part
So
for
you look on
membership
your
on there.
phone and be like, all right, this person will definitely be offended if I use the hard R. I'm gonna say something else.
Dude,
Well, it's just the only downfall to it is when somebody says the word, right, you have to double check the database. But for the most part, that's it, right?
Right.
No. You find
to an app to your
you find a
phone.
government-funded website that look up people's like social media profiles.
You
and it
don't
says,
want it to be a
"This is
government
very
website.
pro-black
You want it to
person."
be a
I should
black-owned
not say this.
website.
Here's another idea.
It's real simple. You would make an app just like an insurance company would, and all you have to do is pull up that app with your membership card.
Oh yeah, that
like
would work.
AAA.
I think
Can I call him a
Lasers-
nigger? Like,
I think
hell
Lasers is taking it. Hold on, wait a minute. Hear me out. AAA called me a nigga. It's crazy, but hear me out. Lasers in the chat is going to make an N-word economy. Imagine if you got an N-word economy where you get a certain amount of N-words a month. Now you can trade them. Now you can stack them up. You can stack ends. You can build a tower.
Could you imagine? No.
So you wait till you retire and then call a bunch of lazy niggas in your neighborhood.
You know, if this actually went real, could you imagine this could lead to the N-word being traded on the stock exchange?
Oh my God.
We can make a crypto. The nigga coin.
Hey, I can have the website up in about 45 minutes. I can build the scraper for the vital statistics database. I can do all of this. I just need y'all guys to market. We can go into business.
I'd be very worried about you, bro. You like fucking rhinos.
I am actually a far right wing extremist. Just to be fair, right?
You like eagles too?
But I am a horrible corporatist, right? So I don't believe in morals. I believe in money. And the more I'm sitting here thinking about it, as I said, you guys are really damn good at fucking marketing. So that's the only thing missing from this equation.
I hate you. But like, I don't hate you because hate is a strong word, but I have not content, but like, you know how pepper bothers your nose?
Hey, you know what? I hate Josh too. For real.
Like,
I hate his gut.
because he like fucking marsupials and shit.
Dude, I hate him for other reasons beyond that. That just adds to it.
Oh shit!
The marsupial thing is nasty because they got like that pouch, and I know Josh is weird.
I'm definitely into the pouch. You never. You never.
No. I'm not. No. I'm not letting this happen again today. No.
Follow the money. Follow the money. Don't be distracted.
Can we get back to the
You realize
talk?
that fat chicks are like simps, right? They throw money at shit. Like it's a damn good marketing tool. There's a niche stream.
If you get enough pussy in your life, nigga, do fat bitches exist?
Well, you don't.
They always exist.
You don't need pussy, right?
No,
You've
they
got
don't
any slab of
always
fat.
exist. I remember when they did exist,
Yes.
but I got my life together, and now they don't.
You don't see them out in the wild grazing and shit.
Nope. I do not see wild Snorlaxes no more.
Right.
You never heard of
I don't see them no more.
Dude, all you got to do is go to a grocery store right now, anywhere, and you're going to find a bunch of heifers everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Every
why
time I go grocery shopping.
I order my groceries through Amazon.
This nigga filtered fat.
A lot of guys who specialize.
You're
No,
so
a lot
worried
of
about
guys
running into a
like, they
fat
use-
bitch,
they
you don't
use
even
them
know
I
as
it.
started working at
slump
home and I
busters
started
and,
shopping at home. I don't see them.
I think y'all just found
well,
I think you guys just found a fucking metric for an internal critique of your own system, right? If you don't see a lot of fat chicks, you must be economically success. You have to be. That's the only way to avoid it.
You know
ain't
what?
shopping at
I
Walmart.
think there is. I think there is a little bit of argument to that. Because in America, poverty is more of a poor thing. It really is. Like the wealthier people get, they think, oh, listen, I got to pay for a gym. I'm going to hire me a trainer. You know,
Hood,
women
you
at the higher
tripping.
level, they got to compete a little bit harder.
Hood, you tripping. See, the only thing that's different here is the broke black man. We have this thing we formulated called game. When we have money, it's very like most women don't like us with money because there's power. But we definitely have game.
See, this man just
We've had the best of our years when we was broke.
he
Hey,
just
yo,
now
hey, you
fucking
were
proved
fucking
my
fat chicks,
point.
bro.
We
And
didn't
you were smashing
know.
fat
No,
chicks.
no, I
You were
was not.
smashing fat chicks in
Why
the
are you
apartment. Come
lying
on,
to
bro.
me about myself? Like,
This
I
this this
ain't hit
has
no fat
nothing to do
bitches.
with what I just said about fat people and
I
poor
wasn't
people.
saying. I'm not
No,
saying you in
because
particular.
I
'Cause I
was
don't know you,
poor
bro. I'm
and I
saying the
was
wild.
fucking rich.
How much game do you need to have sex with the fat girls, bro? Like what are we
But
talking about?
no,
Well, you
I
do
was broke and I was hitting rich. Like I was hitting good ones. Like I don't understand. Like
to be
why
fair.
can't you say no to the ugly ones?
That's
You
a whole
should
other conversation.
you shouldn't
That's
say no
fair.
to the ugly
That's
ones. You
fair.
just don't tell your friends about it.
because you know.
Nah.
So you saying when you was broke, you didn't have any droughts, no slow, no slow decline.
My broke time was when I was in grade school. And that was when I was like up until I was about 15.
Damn, my broke time was all through
So
college. Jesus.
I never had that broke
you were
time after
smashing
15.
women.
Pardon me?
Well,
So you
respectfully,
was
this is
smashing
I
women.
respect. Well, hold
No,
on.
you was breaking up a little bit, but I was not. I'm trying to hear you.
Respectfully, vegetarian or what? Yeah, vegetarian. Didn't you say earlier that you went to private school as a kid?
Yeah, but that don't mean I lived over
Okay,
there.
so if your parents could afford for you to go to private school, I'm pretty sure that they afforded to make sure you weren't broke as a young adult too before you got your shit together.
Nah, that's cap.
No, that's money. Money.
Why? My question is, why is that cap? Because
Well, because like I understand where you're coming from, and I respect that. But they looked out for me. But I got a job, and then after that, there wasn't a bunch of just looking out for me. Like the things that you think as entertainment and stuff like that. Like they told me that's your problem, and that wasn't a problem for me. I understood that. Like I had to make my way through the field to have a reputation to get women and shit.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They
The
weren't paying
economical
for that for
class,
me.
the difference between broke and poor. Broke is you just don't have free cash to spend, right? Poor is when you don't have any cash to spend. I forgot there was a term definition difference there. Shit.
Fair enough.
My bad.
Honestly, if your parents got money, why does it mean that you have to have it?
It doesn't.
Like, why do people do that though? Like, I've had ex-girlfriends who bother me about Jaden Smith. And I sat there and I was like, why are you acting as if anything Jaden has going on is only his father's fault?
Well, that's because
well,
women.
you know, to what you're saying, that's where I get into, and I could rebut. Why is it just because some white people have privilege, you assume all white people have privilege?
Well, it's also female dominant.
You know what I'm saying?
I do get your point.
The question that
the
question I posed to you was basically what would be posed to me as to why did you ruin your white boy privilege that you had? You know what I'm saying? That me personally, I say I never had because I grew up different than a privileged white person. I didn't go to private school.
See, this is the thing. It wasn't under my control. At one point in time, I went to private school. People got divorced. At another point, I went to public school.
So
it wasn't like I never changed as a person, and I still got some dividends that worked out for me.
Yeah, y'all using
it just
way
wasn't
too much
paid.
Y'all using way too much logic about this when it's more of a marketing campaign, right? It doesn't matter that you what you do is like, let's just say for your first 10 years of life, right? That's really on your parents, right? But that would be generational wealth in some form or another, right? That's just a steady increase. However, the reason why the reason why it mattered whether your parents had money before is actually a marketing campaign from future spouses. So women are going to look at you as to what you might have in the future. They are trying to select the best option they can get. So if they look at you and you're just like, you're a teenager, right? You're in high school, right? But your parents own some kind of factory or some shit, right? It's perceived that you will inherit that factory at some point or another, aka you're going to inherit wealth. That's it. And guys will somehow figure this shit out because women are basically going to go after the resources, right? And so the men will fucking grift. Hey, like my parents own this and this and this and this. That's where it came about. Has nothing to do with guys. Has nothing to do with your character. Just that bullshit. Told you, marketing's a bitch. There's no logic. There's no rationality unless it's about breeding kind of concept. But aside from that, there's nothing more. There's really nothing more to it than that. And it's not something you can ruin anyways. That's just generational. Well, it's something you can ruin after you inherit. That's just generational wealth. You can inherit generational wealth as middle class, right? Like you can inherit a middle class status.
That's an awkward silence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of lost the plot of what it was talking about.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know what the fuck Josh was talking about.
We were talking
about
Hood.
I didn't know you changed. You evolved again to Hood the bad guy now.
Oh, we changed.
So you've had another Pokemon upgrade, huh?
The new me is the old me.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, what backwood area from? Like, where you from?
Where am I from? I'm from I'm from rural Ohio. Is where I was born.
You're from Ohio too, nigga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Snowman? There was this video that went by the other day, and it was like some little white kid walking around the streets of Ohio somewhere. All it just said was somewhere in Ohio. There's some little dirty white kid with a pistol walking around, and I thought of you.
I'm glad you did, man. I'm glad that makes me feel good that you thought of me when you
trying to act like he a shameless kid. We don't know where he came
Snowman
from. Like
talk
that.
about. No, I'm like, this is the shit Snowman be talking about.
It is, dude. You got to like visually see my childhood if that's what you saw.
Hey, Snowman, did you used to work on cars?
Yes,
I used to.
I still
did you go to
college?
college?
No.
Okay.
No,
I was wondering if you went to the OTC. I was wondering if you went.
No, I went to TriStar for for welding when I was in school.
Okay. Welding is actually pretty easy. I don't understand why people don't get into it.
No, it ain't that hard, honestly. I went for
Fuck
welding.
you, motherfuckers! I've been trying to. You
shut your lame ass up, nigga. You ain't got no hand-eye coordination.
Not only that,
I ain't got no eye coordination. Anyways,
it's not just the hand-eye coordination.
You just be angry all day. Your
what it is his arms don't have enough muscle tone to be able to properly hold the rod.
Damn,
right,
but that's just light though.
Like he's supposed to.
But it's light though.
He had skinny arms. What do you think he meant?
You got to remember, if you're stick welding, it's top heavy until that stick starts burning down.
Yeah, but I've never seen that. Like, bro, how skinny are you?
I just said it. I'm a $145.
The dude looks like a walking corpse, man.
What part of toothpicks glued together did you not comprehend?
I didn't hear it, but
yeah,
I
hope you get better.
You remember playing Hangman as a kid,
I hope
right?
you get better, bitch. I hope you eat something else.
I can't eat a sandwich. If I eat a sandwich, right, like that's too much for me. I'll basically overeat and kill over and die.
But you're
I'm not even about to sit there and get mad at you, nigga. You die when you want to die.
You say you're from Cleveland?
You could have ate more shit.
You're from the Steak on the Lake?
Yes. 216.
I'm from the Bean. Well, I'm basically from the Bean. I live by Lima. You know where Lima is, right?
You talking about the bean they be flicking? The bean.
Lima bean.
Where is the bean, bitch?
Lima, dude. The reason why they call it the bean is because of
Lima,
bean.
Ohio.
Yeah,
Wait, y'all
Lima
niggas
bean.
called it the bean.
Yeah.
Told you, Ohio. There's some crazy people up there.
No, we are literally Cleveland is literally the capital of this state. All y'all niggas corny as fuck.
Cleveland ain't the capital. Fucking
Yes, it is,
no,
nigga.
Columbus is.
Bruh, I went
is
to
the capital
Columbus
of
and I
Ohio.
ran Columbus for every night I went there, bruh. Columbus is weird. Columbus
is weird, but
Columbus is America.
Cleveland,
is the America of Ohio. That is the place
Cleveland's
where
fucking
a lot of
dirty,
niggas
dude.
show up.
Cleveland's dirty like fucking Cincinnati is.
I don't live there. I don't live in them dirty areas.
You know, and Lima's like a little dirty version of fucking Cleveland and Cincinnati. For real, it is.
Is Lima worse than Akron?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, crime rates, for no bigger than Lima is, the crime rates in Lima are astronomical, man.
Oh my God, man.
Like they have shootings in Lima, Ohio, probably once or twice a fucking month. And that's just a small city. I think that their population ain't no bigger than what last time we checked, what was the population of Lima? Like 40 or 50,000 people? It wasn't real big.
Damn.
Is there any way we can make this an
nigga,
educational show? Because I'm actually here for assistance.
But yeah, the town that I actually grew in was called Minster, Ohio. It was a little rural farm community, man. I went to a public Catholic school as a kid growing up.
Okay. I went to a Catholic school too. I think it was like 3rd and 4th grade.
Our public Catholic school was from grade school all the way up until 8th grade. Once you got into high school, then it just became high school. But the Catholic Church literally sat right beside the middle school, or the Catholic Church, the middle school, and the grade school were all on the same grounds. Like you had to go to religion class, and they had confession and mass. Confession on Wednesdays, mass every Thursday.
I remember that. They didn't let me
actually
do that.
prayed over the announcements every morning for school and shit.
I never used to be able to get communion and shit because I was Christian and not Catholic.
Same here, man. I wasn't allowed partaking in anything. I wasn't allowed going to religion class. I wasn't allowed going to confession or mass or any of that stuff. So when I was in grade school, I was like the only grade school kid that was basically in a study hall because I was Baptist and everyone else was Catholic.
But that's the only thing. Like when I went to that Catholic school, I realized them some freaky deaky ass niggas. I started to realize the reason why I'm not part of things is because I'm not freaky deaky ass nigga.
Well, and you probably got the same thing that I got was you got to see the vast differences in the religion.
They became real cliquey.
Dude, it's real clear that there's very vast differences in both those religions.
Well, I mean, the whole Virgin Mary thing it's an interesting standpoint.
I've never understood why they worship her like a god.
Yeah, like you gave birth to Christ. All right, well, good for you.
You would think the worship of Mary would be antithetical to take no other gods before me, right?
Yeah. I honestly would assume, I understand that you gave birth to the nigga. But the only thing was, it was just like, that was your scene.
So how long did it take for you when you became an adult to say that you hated the state of Ohio and get the fuck out of there?
I turned 19.
I was about 20 the first time I moved out of Ohio. Because see, that's the weird thing about Lima too. I don't know if it's the same in Cleveland, but you almost can't go back and visit for too long either, because if you stay too long, it's like a fucking black hole and it sucks you right back into the same bullshit you were doing before. And then the next thing you know, 5 fucking years have passed.
Oh, it is like all of Ohio State, like the stereotype of all small rural town in the United States? Because that's what they say about small towns in the United States, right? But with Ohio, it's the entire state is like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
The main thing is, the main thing is just like, our state Like at least my city for sure. Like I've tried to defend Cleveland, but I can't. It's so full of fucked up people that it's just like when you run into somebody that did you dirty and you didn't check it beforehand, you might spend longer there trying to make sure you let them know.
Hey, Hood.
And that's
somebody in your chat's talking about Southern Baptist. If I give you a clip of the Snake Handler Baptist, right? Like, will you play that?
Those
you talking about the white boy with the hood shanda?
You're talking about Pentecostals. My uncle was a Pentecostal preacher.
Oh, wait, the Pentecostals do it too? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So why did they handle snakes?
It was a way to show that they were putting their faith in God, that they weren't that God wouldn't allow the snake to bring them any harm.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I had a very bad period where I was kind of away from God. Not saying fuck God, but just not happy. But I never got bit by a snake.
Oh, I
don't understand how you can make that connection.
I've been bit by snakes before.
I've never been bit by one.
Yeah, I've had pet snakes that have bit me before. Don't mess with a snake when it's shedding; it'll bite you.
Nah, that's for sure. I had a ball python. I ain't really fuck with him neither. His name was Castro. He dead.
Damn.
The one I had, his name was Neo, and by the time I got rid of him, he was eating he was eating hamsters and small rabbits.
Bruh, did you watch him eat a hamster?
Yeah, I did. The way they attack him is
you
wild,
sadistic bitch.
Dude, that was one of my favorite things to do was to sit there and I got great joy in watching the snake stalk the motherfucker down.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. After a certain point, that live bait started to fuck with me. Only when I like just watching it, I was sitting there like, damn, I have control of this.
Yeah, watching you could see the fear come over the bait's fucking eyes as it knows it's about ready to lose its life.
Yeah, nigga, I bought you for
and
this.
Shit, and it's crazy.
Nope, your whole life brought you to this moment. I bought you to die.
Yep.
You thought you had a responsible owner. No,
you were bred just to be food.
Yep.
That's a lot of things, though. Like, the reason why it didn't bother me is I've grown up around farm life my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm used to seeing animals being slaughtered and put down and stuff and being raised just for food. So that shit don't bother me.
Hey,
nigga, I wouldn't care. Like, I'll be real with you, man. If there was a zombie apocalypse, nigga, I'm killing all livestock.
Hey, Hood, are we allowed to are we allowed to plug ourselves? Is that allowed?
If you're into that kind of gay shit, that's on you. But I don't think he wants it on his
plug,
channel.
you nasty. See, that's some white boy shit. Why you gonna bring that crap
Yeah,
here?
nigga, he said alligator plug.
Damn, what's up? What the hell is an alligator plug? You know what? Fuck that. How do you know what an alligator plug is? Whatever the hell that is.
I just do something out there, nigga.
Oh shit!
It's got ridges.
See, this is the type of question you can't tell. You can't. If a person
that's
doesn't know
how
what
you
it
know
is,
I got
like
white
myself,
suburban friends.
You can't say shit to that. You can't say shit like that to us because right, you're gonna screw up our Google. I will be on Google search trying to figure out what the hell an alligator butt plug is.
No, JJ, I got white suburban friends.
Oh,
I know
damn.
how to throw weird jokes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but these weird jokes fucks my algorithm up bad, right? Because I will look this stuff up.
Hey, Josh, go look up nugget porn. You'll find yourself a new
you asshole!
Yo,
you already
nigga,
pulled that on me, and it has
but I'm gonna
ruined
look
me.
it up. But I don't want to.
Nugget porn's awesome. I guarantee you. Well, it doesn't matter what women say anymore.
No. What's the best way for you to be politically correct? And tell me what that is.
No, because nobody gets to know what that is unless they look it up.
No,
You're right.
Why it gotta be in my history?
You're absolutely right. That is a thing that
Why
you
does
need
it have
to
to
learn
be in
for
my
yourself.
history?
Because it's a thing that you learn better on your own. That's why.
No, it's not that, because I enjoy knowing that when someone does look that up, the first thing that comes to their head is "fuck that snowman motherfucker."
You blue waffle, no, you blue waffle ass bitch snowman.
Yes,
that's exactly
you
what
are.
it is.
That kind of guy.
Yes,
you
sir.
Are that kind of guy.
Yes, sir. 100%. I'm not telling you to look it up. You probably shouldn't look it up, but I'm telling you.
But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna tell you again, so that way it's in your head and you gonna look it up later.
I'm telling you to look it up.
I'm just going to tell you this much: it's not what you think. It's not not even close to what you think it's.
I hope it's two Asian bitches playing chess.
What? If the woman has a ball gag, right? It can't possibly be.
Oh, what?
If the nugget has a ball gag, right? Can't possibly be rape then, right?
What is the hold on?
She can't signal.
Is the nugget a person?
I can't tell you that, sir.
Too much
yes,
information.
you can.
Sir.
Is the
I
nugget
can't tell you that,
person?
sir. But my question, Snowman, is if the nugget is ball gag, right? It can't possibly be
in the back chat.
You gotta watch the R word.
I won't say nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say.
Is that what you're saying?
It can't be. It's basically consent at that point, isn't it? Regardless.
I don't know. All I know is I've just seen a few images. I've never delved that deep into it. I found out what it was, and then I decided since my life was ruined, I wanted to ruin everyone else's.
I'm not gonna lie.
Are
I
you
had to
saying
watch
that
because I couldn't
nuggets
figure out how the hell
people who
this
are
works.
submissive? Are nuggets submissive people?
By definition, yes, they have to be.
Shut up! No, let him find out on his own.
I don't want to. Because it sounds very.
This is why I don't like.
Very
this
fucked
is
up
why
that
I don't
what
like
trying to
Josh,
walk me.
man. I don't like Josh because he gives entirely too much information.
No, I like to push that curiosity, right? Because people will become curious.
Nah,
they'll say no now, right?
Nah,
right now you're
Angry
saying
Snowman,
no.
you fucked up, nigga. I don't need to go look at some shit. I would have initially.
He hasn't given enough information for you to fully grasp what I'm talking about.
I would have disagreed to it.
Yeah. You say no now, but in a couple hours, right? You'll be thinking about it, and then you'll Google search.
Wow.
That's how this works,
Here,
and this
you know
is
what?
why I give
I'm
a
gonna do
little
this.
bit more
I'm gonna do
information.
this one time and one time only. All right. Have you ever heard of a quadriplegic fetish?
Ew, you a sick nigga if you like.
Oh, it's worse than that.
No, you're
so
a sick motherfucker if you like quads.
Action.
Hold on. We fucking up the whole stream because we're not talking about the topic. You fucked up if you like quad indigenous.
Quad indigenous.
Yep. If you chasing quad indigenous, you weird.
Oh, okay. Well, so in that case, I would actually because, there's less things to get in the way. We'll put it that way.
Josh takes that sit and spin shit serious.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Wait. Hey, Josh, how was that charcuterie?
Shut up.
Charcuterie is awesome, right? This is why quadriplegic stuff. Yeah, that's right in my alley.
That nigga said, I love charcuterie.
Right, lasers. Think nugget. That's all you got to do. Just think nugget.
Oh my God, nuggets sound like I swear, like in a black situation, Shantae would have been the bitch that everybody fucking. But nugget sounds like the trailer park bitch.
They might be found in. Well, yeah, because that's got to be a lot of that. Has
Be
to be
real,
horrible.
like
yes,
like be real. On King of the Hill, there would be a bitch named
My work
Nugget.
here is done.
So, I need some help, sir. I want to convert to I want to become a Pookie at the end of the day. That's really what my goal is. I want to become a Pookie, so I need some training. I need some instruction.
Wow. Okay.
So what skill set do I need to become a Pookie?
What did I just come back in on?
Training manual, sir.
Some wild ass shit. This nigga asked how to become a Pookie. Have you ever gave a fuck about any of the bitches you fucked with?
Yeah, usually that comes about after marriage, right? Like I stopped
So
caring about
out
that.
of 10 bitches that you done fucked with, how much you gave a fuck?
60, 70%.
So 6 to 7 bitches out of 10?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You definitely fucking up already. You on the wrong
Oh, okay.
track.
So not caring is a prerequisite. I have to not care.
Yes.
Okay. I can do that.
Yes. She definitely has to do what the fuck. It sounds like, well, it sounds good for you, but it's good for both of you at the same time. It can't be only good for you, but it can be good for both of you.
Well, okay. So since I'm only like I'm exercising that I don't care, right? I don't care what she gets out of it. What do I get? Well, I get that. I get the I get the pleasure of becoming a Pookie. So I'm assuming
the
that
real question is, what do you want out of that situation?
sex without any like basically I want to be able to show up, get it, and go away with no type of strings attached, and I don't care if they're married or not.
Do you want to be able to, like, say if you had to take your bitch to work, do you want to ask her for $20 every now and then?
Yeah, there goes that reputation, right? Like I don't know if my reputation could take that.
No, it ain't really about your reputation. That's her showing that she gives a fuck about you. That bitch need a ride to work.
Okay. So basically, I have to forget about my own assets and just leave them off to the side, right? That's in my pocket and hidden, right? And I just have to basically
not at all. Care about your assets whole time.
Okay,
Does
I
that
just have to
bitch
basically
give a fuck about you keeping your assets?
Okay. So just basically, my assets are mine, and let me bum $20.
No, your assets can be both of yours when you see it to be fit.
But I thought that was marriage. Now I'm confused.
It ain't gotta be marriage.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get to marriage.
I'm already married.
You don't have to be. But will that bitch give you some money if you ask for it?
Okay. So basically, I need to.
You would probably never ask for it, but if you ask for it, would that bitch give you some money?
I don't know. I gotta try.
You ain't never done that?
No.
That's how you know that the bitch ain't for you. If that bitch wouldn't give you shit and you been giving shit, you tweaking. If you stay there,
I don't like her controlling money.
It ain't about her controlling money.
That's why I don't. I mean, that's why the concept is I don't ask her for money because I'm used.
I took a bitch to work.
Oh, see,
I gave you a direct scenario. I might have took a bitch to work.
I got the concept. I don't care. I've never asked because I usually control the finances, right? But
have you ever been asked for a cell phone bill to be paid?
No, it gets automatically paid.
Why did you pay it?
Well, because married, right? I pay predominantly most of the bills.
Oh, you said married. All right, that makes sense.
I'm already married, right? So I want to see if I can like test this theory. So
nigga, don't test nothing, nigga. Enjoy your marriage. Don't listen to shit I gotta say.
Yeah, but no, I mean, every time I talk to people talking about being a Pookie, right? Like I kind of, it's got a pretty good sales pitch to it.
Not for married niggas. Nigga, you know your bitch way. Sorry, not your bitch, your wife.
You can say it, ain't gonna bother me none. I don't give a shit.
Well, I just want to be respectful. Like,
no, I don't take offense. I got really thick skin. I don't take offense.
I bet. You know your bitch way better than me, nigga.
Okay.
Bruh, like, you know how to handle that. But you already in the game. Like, what, you about to lose your bitch or something?
Well, no, I mean, isn't this like getting, like, if I'm a Pookie, right? And I'm a married Pookie, right?
You're not a Pookie.
Like a whole bunch of side
girls?
You're
a liar. You're denying yourself. You're not cheating. You're not doing any of that shit.
Oh, damn. Damn, I want to be a Pookie. Can I redo?
You could, but I don't know if you're going to be married still.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, that would be the reset part, right? And just get rid of her and get a whole bunch of side chicks.
You are crazy. You're hilarious. And I know you joking. But I'm gonna keep rolling with it.
Guys, I hate to break up this Pookie lesson, but it's just about time for me to go punch that clock back in.
Ain't
So
you
I
a Pookie
appreciate you
hood?
guys. I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. See?
Get the money, gang. Make sure you travel safe.
Thank you. I'll catch you guys next time, man. You guys have fun. I will see you guys. Listen, I got a couple of big shows I plan on doing, but I'm gonna keep it on the wraps for now. So just be on the lookout. We'll get back to this next time. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Thank y'all so much for coming out. The show is over.
Shout out to the indigenous.
The Indigeniggas.
There you go.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.